Oh, oh.
Mysteries are afoot.
That was the most epic musical intro.
Yay!
Yay!
Hello. John Farrell just subscribed.
Discovery.
Keep bringing the train.
Choo-choo. And thank you so much to Pukajutsu and Lemon Eater, who
I guess
both
I can.
subscribed during pre-show. Much
I
appreciated.
guess I can also do this.
Are we gonna end up in a mother flippin' hype train? Thank you for the
Oh my
host
goodness.
tray. Thank you
Here
for
it
the
comes.
resub with the boss, whoever the heck that is. They sound uncool.
Oh, you did the thing, Liz.
I did.
Good for you.
She did the thing.
I haven't done that yet.
Oh, the
I
thing.
should. It's a good idea.
Welcome, folks, to what is going to be a one-shot adventure of To the Temple of Doom to defeat the ancient evil! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. It's presented by Storybrewers, who are the wonderful minds and publishers behind Good Society, which we played, helmed by Liz, during our first sequence of one-shots. Thank you so much for all of these subscriptions. Hello, Carl.
It's
Hello,
coming in
Bilbo.
too.
Hello. Thank you for the resub and the bits. Boost me. Boost
Or lower
me.
us,
I think
one
I'm
or
gonna
the
have to
other.
lower them and then possibly lower music.
I'm also getting the alerts at a very high level for
'Kay.
us. Not the end of the world, but just while we're looking.
Yeah.
When we're in the spooky silent room.
Spooky silent room. I'm gonna see if I can. I have to drop those remotely.
Spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down your spine.
Alert box. Can
Oh,
I
no,
ask your volume
Moncani.
drop?
Oh,
Of
no.
You're the
course
money
not.
in this expedition.
Oh, just what I've always wanted. That asshole who's like, yeah, who's just the money and he's just along for the ride.
Save. Now that, of course, all the subscriptions are in subs and bits and
I'm
stuff.
pouring my
you're gonna be
hard-earned dollars into
done.
this venture. You're gonna get me those artifacts, and you're gonna get them
Here.
for me now.
So while
Kate,
up
I'm
to
boosting you
this-
slightly.
Okay, boost me.
Spider-Man.
While I'm fixing overly loud alerts, other folks want to talk about some
Yes, in
things?
fact, we will talk because we were apparently a bit louder than y'all, so we'll talk, we'll chat. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Great week. This is the first of, as per the Discord and as per the announcements, this is the first of 4 one-shots that we will be running on RPG Clinic in the lead up to a holiday that we will be taking. I think we're all clear on that. That's good.
Yeah, the
After
27th,
which-
we ain't here.
Yeah, we get a day, one whole day off. We're the best.
Yeah, one day. After which, of course, we will be beginning episode 0 of our new season, Dragonblood Academy.
Yay!
A exalted 3rd edition playthrough, real play, let's play. What am I saying?
Live
Real
play?
lit.
No.
Real
shit.
let's play through, featuring terrestrial exalted.
Actual play. There we go. That's
3rd
the
on
term.
3rd. That's the ticket.
I hate that term.
Actual play?
Actual play.
Yeah, as opposed to not actually
As opposed
play.
to what?
I
Yeah.
only
Pretending
fake
to play?
y'all.
Yes, I rolled a 3. Oh no. So
So that's what
dramatic.
that's now like.
Is that what a not actual play is? Like faux play.
Yes, Mogani. Oh shit, dragon-blooded.
Well, since we have them both in chat, shall we salute she who knows 10,000 things and Entropy's disciple?
I don't normally
Oh,
do
elbow.
the salute.
We-
That's why I don't do the salute.
Right?
We have a 3rd moderator who is also not here right now, but we do not yet have a
deep
game
names.
for-
Yeah.
the realist of brick walls.
Yes.
Which I think we're going with this.
So it's who.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
So,
Done.
I think I will forget if I don't go over it to start. So we're gonna go with safety tools first,
Yep.
before we get into the details of the game. We have some tools here in the room that you don't have in chat, but I'll get to what you do have in a minute. We have 3 cards that we use to signal to each other if something needs to be known. Green card is if all's good. Even if I outwardly don't look like it, it's just role play. I'm in the moment. I'm good to keep going. Even if I might be crying or otherwise seem not okay, still good to go. Yellow is a heads up. I need to inform the table of something, but we should, once I've informed you and we've all agreed that's okay, and be able to keep going. It's just a warning. Maybe you're getting close to a limit, but we aren't there yet. Red is stop. We will switch to a BRB screen and talk about what just happened, what needs to change, maybe something needs to be retconned, and we will only resume play once the person who showed the red card is comfortable to do so. Using any of these cards is not a sign that someone is bad, is terrible, that any of that. It's just there for our safety so that we can potentially push boundaries in a way that people have a safety net under them. You in chat do not have these cards, but you do have tools. You have the ability always to get in touch with Whisper RPGClinic. I will be able to see it today, or either of our moderators who are in chat. Today we have Erigwen and the Crosshair. You can whisper them through Twitch, and you can let them know if you wish to remain anonymous or not. Just let them know what's up. They can pass it along to us. And of course, if you need to, please, for your own safety, leave. We would prefer if you didn't, but we much prefer that you be safe than just stick around for our benefit.
Are you intending to have the music play through the playlist, or did you want to put it on a repeat track?
This is supposed to go through the playlist. This is our getting ready themes, which perhaps aren't quite so appropriate for talking about safety. But alas, we are off into... I'm gonna put my mic pack. I see it. I'm gonna put my mic pack on the table, see if that fixes it. If not, there are a couple other things we can do. Yes, please don't ever use yellow or red cards as a joke. We take them seriously. It's a bit like yelling fire in a crowded theater. Just don't ever do it. Because we want to be able to take it seriously and treat it with the respect that it deserves. Thank you, Crosshair, for sound notes. So, as the music and the logo below me may suggest, we are playing a game that is about exploring an ancient temple and discovering the ancient evil. We are archaeologists journeying into the temple to discover the secrets of the ancient evil. We will rotate through the role as GM, taking turns describing and GMing the room while the other three play through it. So that will be a rotating role throughout the game, but each of us also is a player in the rooms that we are running.
Oh yeah, we're players.
Yeah. So... Damn.
I wish I had like a raptor claw that I could just be like, and like freak out a kid for no good reason.
Yeah. So the basic super fast version of the rules, I'll go over them in a bit more detail afterwards, but the super fast framework of this game is that we will answer some prompts to collectively create the secrets that describe the ancient evil. Things such as, what does my true form look like? Who created me and how? What do I promise to tempt others to obey me? These are things that we're going to secretly answer. If we were able to be in the same room, we would write it on a sheet of paper, throw it in a hat, and pull it out, because these terms will help us seed themes for individual rooms, and towards the end of the game, allow the secrets we've discovered to be used against the evil in the final boss battle. Once we've done that, we're going to fill out our character sheets, pick some names, pick our stats, pick some specialties, reputations, and artifacts. And then we'll start taking turns jamming rooms and issuing challenges. Challenge rules are when you're actually trying to accomplish something. Maybe you're trying to get through the laser grid, or, move the idol but not trigger the trap. Things like that, or read the hieroglyphs and discover the puzzle, the secret. These are things that will issue challenge rules. You collect your relevant stat and any if your specialty or reputation applies. You roll that, if you get a 6, you succeed. If you don't, you fail. You can take an injury to succeed anyway. You can use your artifact to give you a bonus. But ultimately, 3 successes, next room. 3 failures, the end, dead end, can't continue. So it's in our best interest to try to find ways to get those 3 successes and move on to the next room. If we succeed all 8 rooms, there will be a final boss battle against the Ancient Evil in which we try to save the world. Because if we fail, we will describe how the Ancient Evil rises once again.
Damn.
I mean, fuck that Ancient Evil, am I right?
Yeah.
Get it.
Go get it, go get it, go get it.
Yeah. So, before we start, in the context of this game, and knowing that we've all played with each other a lot, so we don't necessarily have to do a super in-depth lines and veils, but if there's anything in particular that you want to flag going into this, like, I personally would not like to have too intense descriptions of insects. You can say, they're a bunch of spiders, but maybe don't start describing their anatomy. So that would
You
be
said insects, not
Is that an
incest, okay.
example, or is that
Insects.
something that you are
No,
tossing out
that
there?
is something I'm tossing out there as, I guess that's a line. Insects okay, super detailed descriptions not.
I'm with Kate on that
Patrick,
one.
you're supposed to root for whoever you want to root for.
Yeah. Yeah, because we also we are each taking turns being the bad guy.
I have no, other than my standard line, which is sexual assault. I have no
None of that.
lines or veils to put forward.
I will just jump in there that this game does have possession, but this is a thing whereby basically your character is possessed, but you continue to roleplay your own character. No one takes over control of you, so you're just like, now I want to help the mummy instead of defeat the mummy, but you don't personally lose control.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm having, just off topic, I'm having a really hard time hearing John. He's considerably quieter than Kate.
Okay, we're fixed.
Lots of exclamation points there.
Kate, test, I am talking.
Just you.
Just me, I'm talking. Hello, touch nothing else, everything is good. Hi.
Kate is clear. I am clear. I hope that I am clear, because if I'm clear, then we can do this. All right, let's do it.
do we
Wow,
a fresh
that's a lot of
recording?
exclamation points.
Hello.
I like
Yeah,
it. Hello,
good.
we're still here as well, which is
Or
good.
no, I'm gonna edit it. I'll download it and I'll snip out the middle because
Okay.
we got
Yeah,
a
we'll
bunch of
just-
stuff. So, we're going to play To the Temple of Doom to defeat the hidden evil. You may be able to see this. It doesn't look quite as nice as it does down below. It's down below. It is in color. So I'm gonna go through the overview, which is all of this much. It is a no prep game, folks. It's free from Storybrewers. I do believe they have a few means to support them, but the games themselves are free. So we're going to begin by creating the Ancient Evil, and actually, before we do so, let's talk a bit about tone. Are we gonna, do we want to be serious in universe, a la Indiana Jones, The Mummy, things like that?
Those are serious?
Serious-ish. As serious as I think this genre gets, considering how many exclamation marks there are in the title of the game. Or do we want to go a little bit looser, DuckTales? I feel like there are a couple of others that are not coming to my mind right now. Like, where are we feeling today?
I mean, you also get to make that determination.
Yeah, but we're a group, and this is a team thing.
I'm feeling Mummy / DuckTales.
Sweet.
Like,
Yeah,
Are you playing a literal duck?
I'm okay with this.
obviously. Didn't you see my hat?
Dr.
Yeah.
Quackerton at your service.
Unfortunately, I'm going to say no one can do a full Donald Duck. We need you to be intelligible.
I'm not gonna be a
Alas.
duck.
Alas.
I'm very sorry if I gave that impression.
No. Okay, cool. So, like, some fun. But
I think
Yeah.
we're open to fun.
Yeah.
We're open to it being more genre specific.
Cool. Well, the first step in setup is to create a powerful, malignant force for the heroes to contend with. We don't have strips of paper. Instead, we have a Google Sheet that I've set up. I'm going to go across the room. So, Elizabeth, you will have row 1, 2, and 3. Scott, you will have row 4, 5, and 6. John, you will have row 7, 8, and 9. And I will have row 10, 11, and 12. We're going to pick 3 questions each and secretly answer them in those designated rows. Usually these would be written down on a piece of paper. And these answers will form the secrets of the ancient evil. So we're answering some questions, the source of the power.
Mine already has an answer of dice and
Delete
water
it.
balls.
Delete it. Sorry, it was an example. Who created me? How do I defeat my enemies? These kinds of questions that help us secretly build this character without necessarily knowing what one another have answered. So we're going to take a few minutes here to build out this mysterious enemy that lurks in the depths of the temple.
Oh, are there points for spelling?
No. But
I mean, I always give points for spelling.
Okay. I'm just having a big old fail. It's true, Carl Yeager. I'm with you on that. Like, we're all kind of pulling in potentially somewhat different directions, which is kind of fun. We're gonna see how they all go together.
Whoops.
Run.
Interesting. I mean, it's... Who knows what the answers will be? Oh, I'm 7, 8, 9, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah, thought I saw you
Oh.
editing my cells.
Excuse me.
Order doesn't matter. And I'm going to shuffle them all once we've all answered.
Sorry, guys. We're back. Hello. I'm not finished.
You mean spieling?
Oh. Oh, man.
Right? How could you forget, John? 7, 8, 9. Great. I have
Then-
answered some questions. I'm gonna just black out the cells there for you, John. So I had to do a bit of a clever workaround since we can't be in the same room writing on sheets of paper. So you'll hear me referring to rolling a d12, which is not part of the game. It is my way of supplementing us putting papers into a hat and drawing them out.
Scott, those are my cells that you're on.
4, 5, 6.
I can see
me.
that you're on 7.
4,
That's-
5, 6,
There.
7, 8.
Oh, I see. I've
The
been looking
number.
at
Oh,
this.
you're
That's
looking-
confusing as fuck.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Because
I had a
Whoa.
roll.
Yeah.
You were looking at the
I'm
cells
looking at the
rather
cell
than the
thing.
row. Sorry.
I have a smaller screen.
Yeah.
Aha.
Yes, if you have answered your questions, our next step is to name our character, and it must follow the convention of Dr. Blank, PhD. Once you are ready with it, you can share that with me. I have chosen my name. I will be Dr. Bones, PhD.
Wow. There you go. You can blank my last thing now if you want.
Cool.
Okay.
At which point I
I'm
will
also
randomize.
finished.
Yeah, I'm ready to.
Just checking, just checking, just checking. Got it. Nailed it.
Just checking. No, that felt like musical. All right.
Oops. Should we just write it in the chat?
Sure. Okay, I just need to full screen this for a second here. I designed this not remembering how little space I would have.
Oh, do you want me to cut it down to 1?
Con C.
I have to turn off the auto
Might
lock
we
on
not
this.
allowed to do?
So
Kate
the
might tell
cells
us
have been
this is-
randomized. So I've got Dr. Molly Treacle, PhD, and
Treacle.
Scott. Do you have a name?
Dr. Martin Longfellow,
Oh my
PhD.
god. So Dr.
at
Oh,
What?
I
It's a
can't
name!
turn off
She's
auto
running out
lock?
of room
I
on
am
the overlay.
fucked.
Balls.
Oh, god damn it.
Molly.
I
just
could make
need
it
to
Mart Long.
find That. No.
Marty
Treacle.
Long.
Gong Fu Fenrisian.
Oop. Okay, I just need to reduce these font sizes.
There we go. I'll just use this for the chat, and I'll just have to tune away from it, I guess, when it becomes time. There, chat only.
Weep. Weep.
Okay.
Oh, player 4. God flippity floppin' damn it. I'm changing Elizabeth's name size instead of her character's name size. I'm like, why isn't it fixing anything?
Whoa.
Perfect. Okay, Fixity
Wow,
Fix
hello.
Fox.
Hello, Molly.
So,
Doctor.
Scott, could you give me your character name in, like, just say it to me?
I'm gonna type it in chat.
Oh my god. Okay, I can't find things in chat because people are being
Oh,
awesome and
shit.
talking. I've got Elizabeth. I've got Dr. Martin Longfellow. Okay.
Dr. Longfellow.
Treacle.
Hello, I am Dr. Cumdust.
We need someone who knows the area. Dr. Comadust? Is that right?
Cumdust.
Comdust. Okay, sure.
Easy
Ashes
calm dust, easy go.
Boo.
As they say in the
Ashes to
Red School.
ashes, cum dust to
Oh,
cum
God,
dust.
that's okay. I can try to catch that before it gets sent away.
Thank you, Aragwen.
Do do do.
This isn't
Ridiculous.
even my final form. I just become treacle.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
Huh.
become gummy bear.
Hans Cumdust.
Sure, I can do Hans. Do you want actually want
Dr. Gummy
Hans?
Bear.
Sure.
Okay.
At your service.
Because I see everyone else has a first name. Oh no, you don't have a first name.
No.
It's just bones.
Bones. Just bones.
Dedicated myself to the study of bones.
Buried the rest of
No, Leia Bones.
damn.
Leia Bones.
I suppose I should also remember what your names are.
Oh,
Hans, Martin Longfellow, and Molly Treacle.
that's right.
And now we get to assign our specialties. So example specialties are religion, linguistics, architecture, war and weaponry, gems and metals, secret signs or symbols, osteology, death and burial. So
Wow,
those are
that
our
went really fast, and I did not catch any of them.
Whoop.
I'll
what
find
are
them
you,
here.
What are you a doctor of?
I'll find them here. Are these examples? Or do we have
Examples.
to? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, here we
Basically,
go.
what is your specialty? What is your big specialty? You do want to pick something that will hopefully work into some of these rooms, so as to if you're a specialist in water bottles, it may not apply.
Mhm.
And your reputation. These are things like ambitious, genius, ruthless, senile, mad scientist, born leader, rule breaker, or obsessive. So you want to choose a reputation that also may apply at some point. Ways in which you will behave, which will hopefully come to your advantage.
Okay. Yeah, good specialty.
I would love my specialty to be the secret signs and symbols.
It's a
Go
good one.
for it. Write it down
That's-
on your character sheet under
Done, I already
specialty.
did.
Amazing. You were so on it. You're like, done.
I just didn't want anyone else to get to it, so I was a little
There you
snarky
go.
bastard. and jumped
Dr.
on.
Bones, unsurprisingly, is specialized in fossils.
My specialty
Slash
is
remains.
no. It'll never apply.
Specialty
Ancient
does
mating
not apply.
rituals.
I mean, look, if we all know, we can try to work it into our rooms.
All right, ancient mating rituals.
It's very specific, Dr. Commodust.
Comdust.
Comdust, sorry. Jeez. Oh, jeez. I will be a doctor of ancient religions.
Amazing.
If that's... Is that too close? No, that's fine.
No, this game is designed to be no prep. You sit down at the table and you make your characters right here and now.
You're a man of God, Longfellow.
Ancient religions.
I'm a man of many gods.
Reputation.
The penitent man kneels before God.
Reputation of
opens his
impatience.
mouth.
Deal with it.
Damn it, stop bringing your PhD into this.
Yes. And folks, your reputations?
Oh, fuck.
I'm thinking obsessive.
Oh,
Amazing.
Jesus.
I gotta think of something that's not stupid.
What, because of cum dust?
Or is your reputation stupid? Sorry.
Yeah, my reputation.
Here are some example reputations here.
Stupid. How do you ever earn a PhD?
Oh, I see.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Common dust.
I have a reputation for being oblivious.
Nice. I love it. Yep. The old snip snip. Yikes. Scott, did you give a reputation? Or are you still working on it?
I'm thinking about it because I don't know what kind of character I want to play. That's a good
Well,
question.
while you're thinking about it, folks can move on to their stats. You have 6 points. We're doing a bonus point because we're going to probably do 2 rooms. Sorry, 2 rooms each, so 8 rooms total. So you have 6 stat points. You have to have a minimum of 1 in everything. Those stats are heroic, smarts, and streetwise.
Oh, I have a reputation for being impulsive.
Nice.
And then did you say one too, Kate, or did I miss it?
I had said impatient, but I might.
Oh,
no,
whoops.
it's okay.
All
I'm gonna go ambitious.
right. Hmm.
6 to
Yeah, 6
assign?
total, and you have to have 1 in everything at least.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, you're going
Oh my
all.
God,
You're going
he's
4
going
and something.
I'm going
one.
114.
Oh shit! I'm going 2, 3, 1, and it's okay because only 3 of us are going to be in a room at any one time. So if there's some overlap, it's all good.
Ooh, we can't do the same.
No,
I
I
can,
got
I
it,
can
no.
split it. I don't mind.
So I've elected to play a character who has a 1 in bravery, a 1 in book smarts, but a 4 in streetwise.
I'm so excited.
So
Yeah,
streetwise.
so cunning. I've got 2 in heroics, 3 in book smarts, 1 in streetwise.
Wait a
I've
minute,
got-
maybe I picked the wrong one.
Huh?
Anyway, go
You
ahead.
can reassign.
I've got 1 in heroics, 3 in book smarts, 2 in streetwise.
Nice.
And my stat line is the same as Kate's that I've chosen for myself. 2 heroism, 3 book smarts, but only 1 streetwise.
I'm
too many
changing
heroics out
because
of
I
this.
think that if I'm oblivious,
You want to be all.
I'm gonna be all bravery.
heroic? All
Yes.
heroic.
All
No,
heroic.
no smarts.
so 411.
Amazing. I love it. Okay, and finally, for our character sheets, we get to build an artifact. So there are 4 boons to choose from. You can either re-roll, make your roll with 2 extra dice, succeed on 5 or 6, and succeed on doubles. Those are your 4 options to choose from. And you name it a blank blank discovered in the blank of blank is what's suggested.
All right.
An ET game discovered in a deep grave.
Grave. Yes, classic.
An artifact. Oh my. Oh my.
Multi-purpose.
Ugh.
Doctor.
Damn it, Treacle, let's at least finish this damn adventure. What the hell?
Meet me in the catacombs.
Oh god, it's so dusty down here. There's bones everywhere. And bones.
Oh,
hey,
hi, Bones.
So these are
Bones.
single-use items that one time throughout the game we can make use of its special boon. But, you know, whether or not we choose to pretend to, or not pretend to, we choose to talk about how our character strokes the item or brandishes it about or, you know, has an odd lump in their pocket and they're not just happy to see you, feel free to include that flavor.
My artifact is a jade phallic idol
Nice.
that I discovered in the Southern Temple of Lust.
Fuck yes.
I almost went for the Southern Temple of Lust.
should've.
I have an onyx coccyx, which was discovered in the Cave of the Depraved.
Oh,
A coccyx?
Yeah, like a
a
tailbone.
tailbone?
Yeah, but it's made out of onyx.
Of course.
some strange.
Bones found some bones.
Oh, and mine also allows for successes on 5s.
Mine lets me reroll.
I have a pleasure dome discovered in the chalice of viscous bliss,
Oh,
and it allows a reroll.
viscous.
Viscous bliss.
And I okay, well anyway, I have this red eye gemstone discovered in the altar of Angkor Wat. You know, a real
Oh.
place.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
God.
Amazing.
Success on 5+ as well.
Excellent.
I need
All
to,
right.
Do I have to draw a picture of myself
I
here?
mean, you can if you want
in the
to.
ID? No one wants that, but it's happening.
Here it
And-
comes.
Last but not least, who are we? How do we know each other? What are we hoping to discover in this temple? What do we want to name our temple other than the Temple of Doom? Do we want to name it? Stuff like that.
That's a face and a half. No, I
So
don't think so.
Dr. Leia Bones is here hoping to get a second PhD because she wants extra accolades. And she's hoping that she can gain much fame because she believes there are some ancient mummified remains deep inside that have never been seen.
Ooh.
Dr. Comdust is looking for legitimacy, coming off a string of failures, both professionally and romantically.
Oh no.
And is hoping that this will be the discovery that will turn all of that around for him.
For it.
Dr. Longfellow is also hoping to sort of, I think similarly, sort of prove himself after getting his very first tenured position. He was offered a chance on this expedition and dropped everything. It was in the middle of a lecture. He just dropped all his shit and ran out the door. The call of adventure! He's hoping to prove to those higher ups who think he's not all that he is all that.
Scott, with your permission,
Sure.
so let me know if this is okay for you.
Oh, come in.
Molly Treacle is on this expedition because she heard Dr. Longfellow would be on this expedition. She's trying to win him back. So she made up a scheme about how there was a new undiscovered language somewhere in this temple so that she'd have an excuse to go. So she's hoping that actually checks out.
Nice.
She's hoping her cover doesn't get blown.
Pretty much.
I like it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm in.
All right. So, now the game suggests that the first GM is the person who most recently watched an Indiana Jones film. But if people would prefer, I can also go first just to set the rules afoot.
Well, we watched an Indiana Jones film recently.
Yes.
Go for it.
Yeah, which one of you is
So it's you.
closer to
Go
Okay.
for it.
Okay, I will.
Enjoy.
Oh boy. All right, well, Dr. Leia Bones, Dr. Hans Comdust, Dr. Martin Longfellow, and Dr. Molly Treacle set their sights on the entrance to this ancient temple. Sand has been accosting them on their journey here, but they've managed to make their way into the small entrance that had become uncovered recently. There was a strange metal monolith that appeared and disappeared, which first set attention to these coordinates. And so you've come to explore the ancient temple to find the contents of these ruins. Greeting you as you enter this first hallway, bearing torches, flashlights, and all manners of tools to help you along your way in your explorations.
I forgot
Yep.
all of my equipment. I am oblivious.
Dr. Leia passes you a flashlight.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Of course. And what first greets you along the walls of this corridor are symbols that aren't quite hieroglyphs, they aren't quite cuneiform. They're an interesting set of writing. But you also notice odd holes carved into the walls. Narrow, only a few inches wide, spaced quite evenly along the length of this corridor. At the far end of this corridor lies a door that seems made of perhaps stone from this distance. So you can't just walk straight on through and further in without at least inspecting the door.
Well, I'd like to see if I can read the inscriptions.
Well, here you go, Treacle. I can't believe it. Just inside the front door.
I can see it. Whatever your name is. Martin.
It's Martin. It's always been Martin.
I can see it, Martin. Thanks. Why don't you come look with me here?
Well, I think we should probably make our
Go
way
to-
further inside, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. After you.
You notice that as you start moving further in, as your flashlight's beam hits onto the floor tiles below you, that there are a few painted stones on the floor. Do you proceed?
I've seen this sort of thing before. If you step on the wrong tile, bad things happen. I think we all know what has to be done. I'm going to have to step on them just to
Wait,
see what's going
what?
to happen.
I don't know if that's such a good idea.
Hans, hang on. I think if we really all work this out, we can just jump around them and just bounce around this whole place.
Well,
Get
what
to the
about
end.
those what about the holes in the walls? Could we maybe like scale the walls, putting our feet in these?
The walls you said are a few inches across?
The holes are only a few inches across, so you could probably jam your hands in, but it would be quite difficult to get some toe holds. So it would require quite a feat of strength.
I think that it looks like these holes require a good old-fashioned hand job. And I'm just going to jam my hands into them
Okay.
and try to just like
All
rip
right.
them out myself.
That is going to be a... It's actually...
Oh,
So as you jam your fingers into these holes, you notice
Yeah.
at the very backs there's something sharp. And you hear a click and what sounds like a whir. What do you do?
I'm going to shout to everybody to hit the deck, get down! And I'm going to throw myself face first onto the floor.
I'm
and try
gonna
to
throw
get
myself on top of Martin Longfellow.
Amazing.
Cool.
I've it looks like I've hit the spot. So,
You're being brave?
yeah, I'm just going to make sure that I have I'm going to use my strength
Fury.
and my ability to manipulate my digits expertly in
Oh.
order to try and curve up and inwards slightly in the holes so that I can lift it out. You know, up and in.
Right.
come
Yeah, it
hither
sounds
motion.
like you're being heroic. So you can roll that. What are your specialties?
Ancient mating rituals, and
Nope.
my reputation is oblivious.
You are being oblivious, so you can get that.
Okay.
I would say ancient mating
Get it.
rituals
Whoa,
apply
whoa,
as
whoa,
well.
whoa, whoa, whoa! That was invented in 1905. Okay, very specifically.
Unfortunately, this stone has no sentience, so it cannot tell that it's being mated with.
Well, that's a
I
You did not
failed.
manage to roll a 6 on your roll.
So I'm
That-
going to say that that's because I can choose to either take an injury or fail, right?
Yeah, and there are no failures thus far. So I'm in the wrong tab.
Yep, I'm going to say
Yeah.
it's a failure.
Yeah, that's okay. So
I swear this never happens to me.
you, thankfully, having lifted, have managed to just barely clear your wrists, and some darts fly out across the wall. But because the two of you hit the deck, and because your wrists just so happen to be clear, some darts shoot through the room. But otherwise, you hear the whirring after a few seconds stop.
Just like the Golbata tribe.
Oh,
Who the hell are the
bringing back
Galbata tribe?
memories, isn't it?
Now that that has occurred, you are, now that you've flung yourself to the floor, close enough that you can at least read some of those symbols, if you so chose.
I would love to try.
You're willing to abandon laying atop your co-explorer?
I just want to do like, I really like your beard. Get up.
Don't look now, Dr. Bones, but I think that Dr. Treacle has a thing for me.
Perhaps.
Oh, oh, oh!
Perhaps she's impressed with your wrists.
So, what are you doing with those things over there?
Yeah, so you get
Molly?
a closer look, and
Yeah.
they actually seem to be a blend of a few languages that you're familiar with. So you can't read them off like you would typically, but if you put your mind to it, you have a sense that you might be able to get through it.
I'd like to put my mind to it.
And that is going to be book smarts. And
Woohoo!
what are your specialties and reputation?
Secret signs and symbols and obsessive.
Certainly signs and symbols. Do you think you can describe any sort of way that obsessive would apply?
Just that I try to pull Martin Longfellow with me, to look at the symbols.
Amazing
two-
role play.
Two sets of eyes is better than one.
I mean, I guess you're right, Treacle. I don't know much about it,
we
but
should stand really close together to get the same angle on the symbol.
you need more light. Okay.
I've got all the
Scott?
light I need. Right, okay.
I'm gonna have you roll a die. I know this isn't the rules, but I don't care. I'm the
I like
GM. I do what I want. You're gonna roll a die, and it can add. But
Yay.
you roll your own pool of your Booksmart +1 for your specialty.
Okay. What is?
Did you get any 6s?
Ooh, that was not a good roll.
No,
What
isn't
did you
that
roll?
that the 6 or is that the 1?
No, that's the one.
Whoop.
That's terrible.
No successes? And
no.
did yours get
and
a
does that
6?
mean am I possessed?
No. Oh, do you have double ones?
We got 4 ones.
Oh,
Well,
between the
mine-
two
mine
of
is
us.
separate,
no.
but yeah, it's
So
not fixed.
upon trying to decipher the ruins, you feel the pull of something ancient. However, you manage to fight back. You will be marking a resist next to the possessed, but you are
Okay.
not yet possessed.
Okay.
What does it say, Treacle? What does it say?
I have no idea. I was distracted by a magnetic presence beside me.
I've endangered the mission.
Oh my.
Are there any other actions folks wish to take?
Hey, calm dust.
Looking right back at you, Martin.
Hold my canteen for a sec. I want to toss him my canteen.
So as I grab the canteen, of course, like some of it opens a little bit, and a little bit
Oh.
just like spills across my shirt. Oh damn! I'm just gonna make sure that I just gotta Undo
It's
that.
room 1. By eating my canteen to Dr. Cumdust, Cumdust.
Comdust.
Sorry, what did I say?
Come dust.
Am I pronouncing it properly?
Comdust.
Cumdust. Got it. I want to use my now lightened load to skip between the painted tiles on the floor to try to get to the stone door at the other end.
This feels perhaps a little acrobatic, so this would
Okay.
apply to streetwise. Do you? What's your specialty?
My specialty is ancient religions.
Okay, and your reputation.
I know that the likelihood is at the entrance to a temple like this, there's bound to be something for the pilgrims who come to the temple, not the holy people who are allowed further inside, so that these tiles are most likely something to do with the significance of the temple. Perhaps there's a pattern connected in them in some way.
Okay. So are you doing? So is your intent to do the skipping, or is it to use your smarts to step on the right stones? Are you
No,
being
it's
acrobatic, or are you being streetwise or book smart?
no, I want to be book smart, but I'm throwing myself into it with little abandon.
And your reputation again?
Is to be impulsive.
That seems perhaps impulsive if you're throwing yourself in with abandon. So
Can you say that one more
then,
time? Oh, sorry.
It sounds like you're being impulsive if you're throwing yourself in with abandon. So I would include your reputation and your specialty. You've made your case.
Thank you. I'm gonna roll it. Here it comes.
Do it,
Comdust.
Martin. Oh, fuck.
Not a single 6?
Not a single 6.
Did you roll double ones?
I did not. But if I'm not mistaken, that would be our third
failure.
So you have to take an injury or else the game is
You're
over.
encouraged to
Correct.
take an injury. Would you wish
I
to
am
do so?
more than happy to take an injury and, in the name of science or
Yes.
adventure, rather.
And
Um,
then you gain a success in exchange for having taken this injury. So, what happens
Let me help you.
damn it, Treacle.
is that as you're skipping, you make it most of the way across, but then on the last of the colored stones, it depresses, but it slightly catches your ankle, so you end up falling. So you've got a slightly twisted ankle.
My old injury activated again.
Ah.
My old croquet injury.
Now that he's across, what's changed?
So, having done that, you notice that at this far end that he's now much closer to, there seems to have been some shaking near the door. And is the music too loud for you folks?
Well, I was just asking Scott that maybe we could turn off the music share because I think it's just too hard for me to
Okay.
hear you over it, Kate.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
I like the music.
It's so good.
So now that, so there was some shaking. There seems to have been some sound of movement of stone near the door, and a bit of dust falls in that area.
Ah, Comdust.
That's right. What the hell is this place anyway?
Dr. Treacle.
Yes.
Looks like the pattern on the floor here that our good friend Dr. Longfellow managed to dance across might have some sort of significance.
Ooh, good idea. I'll check it out.
I tell
I
you,
might need
she's
to get on
totally
your
into me.
shoulders.
Sorry?
I might need to get on your shoulders so I can look down at the floor better.
Of course. Be happy to help you out with that. So
Thank you so much.
I'll crouch down, in a perfect squat.
I will roll my perfectly serviceable shoulders back, but nobody's
And
here.
I'm-
so.
My
looking
broad
straight at
shoulders will
Martin.
just set, ready to. I'll stand up.
I like
It's
it.
just- I don't know if I can.
Great.
So-
I'd like to climb onto his back staring straight at Martin the whole time. So maybe it's not as graceful as I thought because I'm not looking. And then I would like to look down at the floor.
Excellent. I'm going to say that your book smarts still apply because you are still trying to decipher information based on the colors. But you're definitely being obsessive. And one day I will remember everyone's specialties, but you're going to have to remind me.
Symbols and
symbols
whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. All of those apply.
Hooray.
Come on. Give us a sixaroo.
God damn it.
Not a single 6?
I'm using my pleasure dome. So I'm on Calm
Okay.
Dust and I'm going to pull out my pleasure dome.
Oh, what does it do? My God, Treacle, what the hell is that thing?
You should recognize it, Martin. It signifies that wonderful time that we had together in the viscous bliss.
Ah, yes, I remember. What an adventure.
And that allows
brought
you
it
to
here.
reroll? Is it?
Yep.
All right, so give it a little check marker X next to it to signify you've used it, but go
So
for
help me God.
Guys, should we
Honestly,
reroll after this adventure? Like, what's happening?
it. If there's no 6 on this, I might just change our success number.
That pleasure dome smells like sweet nectar.
And I'm possessed.
Fight, Treacle!
Um,
Disaster City.
So this is not what I would call fun. So I'm just gonna GM this because I think that you getting knocked out in the first room to ridiculous dialogue is not fun.
Maybe you can only get 1 mark per room.
Per room. Let's say that. You can only get one possession per room. So yeah, I like that rule. You can only get 1 progress on possession from this room.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Or do you want
I'm
to pass it on to another player?
No, I'm going to say 1 mark of possession per person per room. So
Okay.
all 4 of us could get 1 tick in 1 room, but yeah.
Good, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I
yeah.
realized I didn't possibly understand something, but I think I do
Yeah.
now. With 3 failures, it just means we don't get the secret, but we continue.
No,
No,
we lose.
You lose.
Oh, fuck. Well, that
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, the world ends.
Yeah,
No.
you're supposed to have enough dice that 6s should actually have been rolled at least once by now.
I've been rolling
Yeah.
pools of 5.
Yeah,
and
exactly,
no,
right?
Not a single
Statistically.
6.
We have actually rolled, by my count, over 20 dice, and not a single one has come
Yeah.
up to 6.
So may I suggest you take an injury?
This is
Feel
going
it.
great.
May I suggest you take an injury?
Can I take the injury for
Sure.
her? Can she fall and, like,
I
land on my neck or something?
Ah, ooh, that's smart.
as the person making the roll, I'm gonna say for now that she's gonna take the injury.
Okay.
Cool. Let's say I'm so angry that I crush the pleasure dome in my hands and the glass shatters and gets the shards are in my hands, so that renders one of my hands useless.
However, that
perfect hand.
that action causes you to shift your gaze away from the ground towards your hand, which puts in your line of sight the connection between the color on the floor and the color of the symbols, which leads you to understand more about this room. So that's why it's a success.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I'm just going to wipe a little bit of that blood away from...
And so
My goodness, Dr. Treacle, you're all wet.
Sorry about that, Calm Dust.
Would you two quit horsing around over there? We've got temples to explore. Oh, my ankle.
and upon having made that discovery, it becomes apparent that Dr. Martin Longfellow's inclination to dance actually was correct.
Oh.
The symbols that are in the matching color, now you realize that they do have connections to dance. Ritual dance.
I
But damn it, what does that mean?
You
I
understand
sit
it
bolt upright.
completely, Dr. Molly Treacle. You understand completely what it means.
Excellent. It means we must dance.
Molly, you remember that ancient tango-esque thing we did together on the top of the pillar of death in the Middle East?
How could I possibly forget that?
Exactly. Dance with me.
Bloody hand.
Oh,
into
Jesus.
hand.
There's shards of glass. Oh!
Dr. Bones, I'm afraid it's gotten worse. I I think Dr. Longfellow also has a thing for me.
Perhaps
Looking in each other's.
that is the effect of this temple. Perhaps it's the ancient curse.
No, there's no way.
Damn.
We're going.
There are no bones in here, so I'm useless, says Dr. Bones.
Not a single bone. We are going to.
Dance?
Yes, we are going to dance. I recognize now, after explanation, perhaps from Dr. Treacle, I
Sure.
recognize that the colors here do correspond to a ritualistic dance that would have been performed by this culture in order to kind of announce the opening of the temple. We are going to attempt to recreate the steps. I'm going to teach people. So I'm going to be at the head of the class with my hand on my belly, just like, and then swoop and swoop and swoop. And I'm going to teach everybody how to dance so that we can open the door.
The movement of his hips are hypnotic.
I can see you using any of your stats for this, so which do you wish to choose?
I mean, I'd like to choose my
Your
best
raw
stat.
sense of
My,
Streetwise?
I'd like to choose the stat that will get us out of here. So I'm going to choose book smarts,
Book
if that's
smart?
all right.
That's all right. Yeah, you're using your knowledge of ancient mating rituals, right? So you're also applying your specialty.
Yes.
But I'm gonna say it's not so
Impulsive.
impulsive. Yeah. So I'm gonna say your specialty applies.
Okay. That die in particular.
Dr. Bones,
sucks.
I never realized this before, but hip and hypnotic. They share the same root word.
This man has a PhD. Here we go. Here we go. Here we
I
go.
didn't realize that.
Oh my god. Is it possible?
Oh
That
my
is
god.
2 6s.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
The dance!
Woo! You
The
succeed.
lord of the dance!
And in this collective rite of dancing across the hallway, you find that as the steps cover those colored tiles, with every step, the doorway lifts and lifts and lifts, and you are
Shift
clear to
your hips.
proceed.
Chums, it's working!
What's the secret?
Secret is dun 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 dun.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This game is way too hard at the moment. That's what the secret is.
Yeah, that's,
So I'm
that's
going to
quite the
reveal it
secret.
because I happen to roll a 1.
The game
So
did
this
not
cell
work.
is now revealed. What has kept me sailed away all these years? The ancient rites.
Oh.
Oh no.
Wait.
But
Oh,
you
no.
discovered some ancient rites in this room.
Yes. And we have unsealed them, in fact, very specifically.
Oh my god, what does it mean?
Damn it, Comdust. Come on, pirouette.
And we
Pirouette, you beautiful
continue
bastard.
onward.
Who's next? We're supposed to go clockwise, counterclockwise?
Clockwise? So
Clockwise?
that's John Wise?
All right, that's me.
Yeah.
John Wise.
Okay, so I'm going to roll a d12.
Yep.
You notice Comdust has been
If it's a
often.
one-year roll.
Often. Wow, he's been.
It's a 9.
acting cool.
I
Right?
know I must
You
be
look at that
suffering.
row.
I'm gonna bind Molly's hand.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
hot.
God, I missed that.
Dr. Bones must have had like a bucket of water because she's almost drained all of it by all of this sexiness. I sure hope there's something for me in the next room.
You find yourself in a chamber that's bifurcated by a river.
Oh,
The river, as it flows, lets off a quite a pleasant aroma of melting chocolate. You can see that there are 6 pillars in this room, each one of them holding a vase. And you can recognize that some of these vases must be quite old, quite valuable indeed. In one corner of the room, you see a massive pile of gold. The gold is shaped in coins, chalices, and daggers, stacked high all the way up to the ceiling of this chamber, which is, in fact, approximately 5 meters tall. One of the roads that you see leading towards the next door is paved in what looks like diamond. The other one, gravel, with some sharp bits, and occasionally you see that there is a bit of broken shell, as if a crab tried to walk across here and didn't quite make it. Finally, you can hear a strange humming sound, noise that's getting caught in your ear, and you realize that this could potentially be the next thing, the next hook to create a popular music song.
Damn.
May I just recap really quickly? River of Chocolate, 6 vases, treasure in the corner, gravel path, diamond path,
Yeah.
and music that might make a pop song.
That's right. The door at the other end,
Good
though,
notes.
the door at the other end is sealed shut. It looks like a heavy, heavy granite, and it looks quite imposing.
Am I able to get to any of the vases?
They're on the other side of the river. You'd have to cross it somehow.
So is there no the paths are after the river?
The paths are bifurcated by the river. so you
Bifurcated
see
by
that
the river. You said that. You're
Yeah.
right. I got stupid and distracted by bifurcate
Yeah.
because I'm dumb. Bifurcated by the river. Okay, so I can proceed some distance before getting to the river, or is it
Yeah.
quite close to us?
No, it's approximately 5 meters that you can walk forward before you get to the river. The river is about 3 meters across.
Could have gone my whole life without saying that, Scott.
Sorry, it wasn't on
Scott
purpose.
Googled bifurcated,
And
and it went exactly as well as you'd expect.
Bifurcate means cut in half.
yes,
Yep.
exactly.
She's
Yep.
referring to either a tongue or a penis.
Oh, wow.
One of the two.
Okay.
Which one?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Was it
Yikes.
It was a tongue. It was a tongue. It was
Oh,
not a
okay.
penis that I saw.
You
anyway.
had
I saw
moderate
it.
safe search on then.
So-
Ugh.
What was Bones up to? Sorry.
I was trying to get to the vases, but there's a chocolate river between me and it.
Well, I know that if this is what I think it is, this temple is meant to be a religious pilgrimage. The dance is the way that you show your joy in the Redeemer or whatever.
Christo
the
Redeemer.
next challenge is to resist temptation in order to be rewarded, and to sacrifice some part of yourself for your god or deity or whatever. So I'm going to remove my shoes, and I'm going to walk very slowly and deliberately, scraping my feet over the diamond path, hoping that provides the sacrifice of my feet skin will provide some way across, some path to open for us.
Okay. In doing so, this really strikes me as a heroic action more than
Yep.
anything else, because it is physical, and you're attempting to protect others with your notion. I will say though that this doesn't really fit like a religious ritual. No, I see how you're trying to do that. A religious ritual for certain, but I'm not sure that it's very impulsive.
Okay.
So
that's fair.
I will let you roll because of your specialty, but not your reputation.
Here it comes. 6.
Yay!
We did it!
Success. Do you want me to just make that mark?
That's
Yes,
that's
please.
the keeper die right there. That bad boy.
As you begin to move your feet across the diamond road, you realize that you are, in fact, scuffing it somewhat. Obviously, you can't make cuts into diamond with your feet. You are not at a 10 on the Moore scale,
Thank you.
but you are dulling its shine as you're moving forward, and you feel as if the room's singing grows just a little bit quieter.
I'll just call gently into the wind. Do you believe?
Oh my god.
I'm just doing that.
The sound of your
It's a
voice, strangely enough, begins to sound very auto-tuned.
You're singing our song, Martin. I love it.
challenge. It's gonna be a long temple.
Hearing the adjustment, I attempt to follow suit down the gravel path, taking off my shoes and attempting to mimic his steps, but better. Anything you can do, I can do better. I
Yes.
can do anything better than you.
This sounds like you're trying to outsmart him, but it's also heroic.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that this will count as a heroic action as well. Going along the gravel path, However, this doesn't really have anything to do with bones.
No.
But you are ambitiously trying to outdo your fellow doctor, so go ahead and roll that.
I knew it. This was a temple written around
You have
the time.
failed your roll.
I would like to injure myself by scraping on the gravel and sharp bits in the gravel, and perhaps
You do
even
have
some
2 failures
bone.
that you are able to allow yourself. You're taking the wound?
I'm gonna take the wound.
Okay. So as you move across the gravel, you can feel the tiny little bits gently exfoliating your feet. It's quite pleasant, actually. And as you continue to shuffle across, you notice that the singing grows dimmer still.
Do we see any sight of a way to get across this chocolate river yet?
It's only 3 meters across. Somebody with a, with a little bit of assistance could probably just jump.
I turn to Comdust. Toss me. I cannot jump the distance. You have to toss me.
I offered to try to steady her, but I doubt she'll take it.
Absolutely, Dr. Treacle. I'd love to toss you like a salad.
Does he hear what he's saying?
And
I say to no one in particular.
and he'll crouch down by the river, and he'll just do another one of his perfect squats,
Oh yeah.
and just put his feet down so that he can lift her up as she runs forward.
Oof.
But as of
Southern
course he does it, he realizes that his shoulders are a little constrained, so he might have to. There we go.
Oh shit.
So now he's really getting ready.
Hi,
DJ.
Zesty.
Incredible.
Good night, Zesty Artist.
May your dreams be filled with cum dust.
So this is a heroic action. This is a physical action you are attempting to leap across.
Don't know why I volunteered to do that.
No, we're going to assist you. We're assisting you.
This has nothing to do with signs or symbols.
Yeah.
Shit.
And
Nope.
how is this factoring into your obsession with Dr. Longfellow?
I mean, I'm still like staring at him as I do this. Dr. Longfellow, do you think I can make this jump?
Treacle, I've known you to make longer odds before.
It's not the.
So yes.
Yeah, great.
That
Wonderful.
means yes.
Long fellow.
Sure, you're integrating him, so I'll give you one for your reputation. So
Come
you can go
on.
ahead. That's a heroic with a reputation added to it.
You got this.
Nah. Hey, I rolled 2 6s.
Yeah, if only you could store them.
I had
so
a
that
pool
would
of
be
2 and they were both 6s.
So you're
As you sprint across the room, Comdust just heaves his mighty shoulders and lifts you. You sail through the air and you land in front of the vases.
Ooh. That's exciting.
I would like to examine these vases now that we are closer.
Well, she's closer.
Oh yes. We have gotten our 3 successes.
Oh, you have 3 successes.
Yes.
Ah, of course. You've already succeeded the room. So as you heave your way forward, you land toppling over one of the vases, which you recognize is a fake, and it smashes onto the ground. So inside you can see that it's stamped "Made in Peru."
how dare they?
This isn't a Peruvian
And then
temple.
you realize that of all the vases that were there, the one that you took, even though you just knocked it over on the ground, was the fake. None of you drank from the decadent chocolate. You scuffed up the diamond walkway, and none of you attempted to take any of the treasure or decided to memorize the hook to gain fame and fortune outside. Therefore, you have learned that
Found a hook.
what created the ancient evil? Human greed.
Ooh.
Which cell is that? Which row? rather?
That's row. It's sorry. I rolled a 9. It
So
is
it's
row 10.
It's labeled as 9. Roll 9.
Yes.
Cow.
The hook, the hook. There we found the hook.
What created me and how human greed.
I'm gonna roll my d12 and start thinking, folks.
Yeah. Go for
Hey!
it, Scott. Connect.
I rolled an 11.
Ooh, go ahead and read that.
So I'm gonna go and look
cell.
at what this says here and write it down and figure out what it is.
So having so wonderfully accidented our ways into being super not greedy.
Yeah, the door rumbles its way open.
We, Dr. Bones ventures forward, eyeing the open shirt on Dr. Hans Cumdust.
Do you need a boost as well, Dr. Bones?
Perhaps in the next room.
My ankle's still injured. Perhaps someone can carry me across.
I can lend you my shoulder, should you need.
Thanks, Bones. You were always my favorite body part.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Dr. Cumdust will give a great wink to Dr. Bones, knowing that she's totally stepping in to make sure that things don't get too steamy in here while we've got a mission to complete. Seeing as how, of course, Dr. Longfellow is obsessed with me.
Obviously.
The following room, as you venture inside, the door behind you remains open, from which you can feel a cool breeze scented vaguely with chocolate and music. But in here, it's grown warmer. It feels almost more enclosed somehow. You're in quite a vast room with very high ceilings. There are sort of 6 to 7 foot tall pillar type structures along the wall, spaced relatively evenly. Yeah, pillar like structures. The floor seems to slope gently down before dropping off into nothingness. There's a large pit in the center of this room. It's difficult to see from the entrance what might be inside at the bottom, how deep it is, but there seems to be heat emanating from it.
Clearly, we just have to continue, and I'm going to walk straight forward, not even paying attention to or recognizing the fact that there is a giant pit in the middle of this room, and I'm going to walk directly into the pit.
Okay, so it sounds, I mean, look, it sounds like you're being heroic. I like silly, but heroic. Definitely, the word is oblivious.
Yeah, but I don't think this has anything to do with ancient mating rituals.
Well, would you say you're headed into the hole?
Yeah, I mean...
I'll give you an ancient mating ritual for that.
Okay. I succeeded.
Oh, yeah.
Hey! Excellent. I'm going to mark... Oh, are you marking, Kate?
You can go ahead and mark. It's just John's got juggling portable devices, mobiles.
Excellent. Well,
with a whoop,
Yep.
I fall into the hole.
You do. You begin to fall, and then your descent is slowed, and your clothes begin to puff up. The warm air is even stronger here as you are billowed back up into the air, gently floating, like a hot air balloon. It's quite warm.
Just like sliding into a warm tunnel of sorts.
So you're not dead, then?
Well, maybe a little death.
Fucking God.
Oh, man.
Yes! Are there any... If I look, if I lean over and shine my flashlight down, can I see anything at all?
You can see the glint you can see the backside of Dr. Commodust floating sort of in what appears to be perpetual darkness. But no, there's no way to tell how deep the hole goes. I should mention as well, just because I said it was a vast room, there doesn't seem to be any other sort of exits or anything. There are these pillar-like structures, but they don't seem to be supporting anything. I feel like that's interesting.
I'd like to go over to one of the pillar-like structures and try to, push it, see if I can move it somehow.
Okay. It doesn't move per se, but one of the it's curved like a pillar, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the sides comes open slightly.
Dr. Longfellow, give me a hand with this pole.
Dr. Longfellow strides over and blithely just like slams the sliding sarcophagus like door thing open, and inside is a horrible stench and a corpse.
Oh my
Ha! Finally! Get out of my way!
Out of my fucking way.
I knew there would be ancient remains in here. I will investigate these details, and clearly it will give us all of the answers. I would
All
like
right,
to.
so you think that this
Bones,
smelly
I've got an
corpse will
injured
give you all
crewman.
the answers?
Yes, I'd like to thoroughly inspect the remains.
Is Cumdust still levitating?
Oh yeah, I'm still floating down this tunnel. It's a good thing though, because when you're inside one of these warm tunnels, you never want to hit the far end too sharply. It can hurt quite a bit.
You want to be careful about that. Thank
Where
you.
the other two dice
Um,
go?
Well, Dr. Bones, as we watch the the form of Dr. Comdost float gently, sort of suspended in
Ah,
midair,
they're hiding. Thank you.
it sounds like you want to use your book smarts.
Yeah.
What I would imagine.
Anyway.
These are definitely like ancient remains slash fossils slash well, they're not really fossils, but you know. I don't know if ambitious applies. Like you want to do it, but I'm not really sure.
That's okay.
I mean, she pushed us out of the way.
Did she?
Yeah.
I
I
did.
don't remember that happening.
Yeah, she said step aside.
Yeah, she also left me falling down an
No,
infinite
you're
hole.
floating. You're not falling. You're hovering.
You're floating.
Yeah.
I'm falling with style. You did not succeed.
Did not succeed.
Oh.
I'm not going to take an injury, as we do not have any failures yet in this room.
The corpse's skull kind of lolls and then falls off onto the floor, where it kind of partially, it doesn't fully dust, but it partially dusts. This is clearly quite ancient. But unfortunately, there seem to be no identifying markings on the skeleton of any kind. It's kind of
Shoving it
Put it
back
back
into the
inside.
hole and trying to close the thing.
okay, you can try to close the thing. The heat from the hole has become warmer once the sarcophagus door, whatever, the door that housed the corpse was open. It almost seemed to be drawing heat from the hole.
Okay, then I
Which-
just
so
try to
it's-
arrange it so that it looks like it hasn't had its head fall off. But I'll leave
Makes
the door
sense.
open.
Things are heating up in here.
Yeah, yeah, Dr. Comdost, it's getting
They
a little sweaty.
Just how I like it,
they really are, aren't they?
Marty.
It's Martin. It's Dr. Longfellow. To you.
Oh.
You know, sometimes the only thing that we can do when we are inside a tunnel like this and feeling as if we're floating, we need to let things go. We need to give in.
Okay.
I'm going to make a sacrifice to the hole.
Damn. It's Dr. Longfellow, isn't it?
Unfortunately, there's only two things that I can sacrifice. Either the flashlight that Dr. Bones gave me, which I think I'm going to need, or I could sacrifice my own bodily fluids. It's time.
What would you like to do with those?
I'm going to cut my own wrist in an
damn.
attempt to dribble some of my hot blood into the hole to see if that's going to clear things.
That is 50 Shades of fucked. So sorry for the 50 Shades reference.
Well, I don't know what other
Yeah.
bodily fluids that I could possibly offer.
It's true. We haven't had water in anyway. Well, okay, that's I'm not sure if your ancient mating. Oh, sorry. We should start with stats here. That seems very heroic. You're sacrificing something.
All
Why
right.
don't you roll your heroism on that? Does this have to do with ancient mating rituals? I don't think so. Doesn't feel like it.
Not at all. I would have no idea why this would even remind you of mating.
Omniscient narrator. No, I have no idea either. Oblivious? Yes, to the dangers of draining your own blood. I would say yes. Take that obliviousness.
I succeed.
Yes. That's what I like to hear.
Suck.
Dr. Comdust, I just want to describe briefly, as you open up your hand, the blood on your wrist begins to bubble. It doesn't boil per se, but it begins to bubble as it falls into the pit. You hear a distant roar, almost of perhaps a pop, like a campfire far off in the distance. But it must be very loud.
Every time I go into a warm tunnel, something pops off.
A
You may want to get that checked out, doctor. You may want to see a doctor.
You see, Dr. Bones? She's totally checking me out.
Yes, you should be checked out for that wrist wound. Fire.
Yeah, the heat is now even more intense coming out of this hole, and the door that you had opened before with the corpse slams back open, as do a couple of more. The other pillars also seem to contain, well, remains of some kind. As those doors also fly open, they almost seem to be drawing more and more heat out of the ground. You can see some of the other, like, sarcophagi lids pulsating with pleasure, pulsating with tension.
Perhaps
He's
they
gonna
want to
blow.
get warm.
Wait,
Pardon?
they're gonna blow. Perhaps they want to get
Perhaps they need heat.
blown. Okay.
I think we should throw them into the hole.
We should
Put the
certainly
bones
open
in the
these
hole.
doors. And I'm gonna start opening the rattling doors.
Okay, and then, Doctor, you wanted to, Dr. Treacle, you wanted to,
I want to thrust the bones in the hole.
you want to throw the bones into the hole.
Thrust the bones into the hole.
Thrust, got it.
You're
So like
right,
just like
we
hold on
should
to them and just do
thrust.
this.
I would like to
Bones.
yeet them
Okay,
into.
they are going to be yoked.
Very good.
Okay.
Get your
As-
bones in this hole.
As,
Yes, sir, doctor, sir.
Whoa, hi Ripley.
The combination of the corpse and me will doubly penetrate this hole.
As Dr. Bones flings open more and more sarcophagus lids, there are indeed corpses of all shapes and sizes inside. Well, like one per, not all crammed together. They all seem to be pulled towards the heat emanating from this hole. And Dr. Treacle would like to yeet some in there.
Yes.
Now, I mean, it sounds almost like you're going to have to use some like agility maybe for this. Is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, you're going to have to, be quick on your feet in order to avoid tumbling in yourself.
Oh boy.
That's my thought on the subject. Do you think that some like symbology might apply here?
Well, perhaps there are symbols etched onto the bones.
Perhaps there are.
How did they get there?
Dr. Bones didn't discover any. That doesn't mean they're not there.
But I look for symbols, whereas Bones looks for bones.
There's jagged,
Two very different areas of expertise.
jagged
Dr.
etchings.
Bones.
Jagged edges.
There are indeed carvings on some of these bones. Jagged, sort of scribbles almost.
Don't let that
Right.
phone tempt you.
I mean, that's not me. That's me. Not.
And
I'm not familiar with
Dr.
the works
Bones,
of
are
Aqua.
you gonna assist at all?
Yeah,
with the-
sure. Yeah, I'm
Yeah?
gonna help with the bodies, and I'm gonna try to move the bodies intact this time out.
Okay, great. Well, I want to give. You haven't rolled, so I want
No.
to give Dr. Treacle the chance to roll. However, because of your specialty in
Fossils
fossilized
and remains. Yeah.
I would love for you to add a die to this roll, Kate.
Should I
And
give
then
her the die, or should I
Liz,
roll it
yes, you
myself?
Yeah, I'll let your specialty apply, but not your reputation. I don't think this is particularly obsessively weird.
This is this, my friends, as we call it, is house ruling.
So nothing here. Oh,
Nothing
did you roll your secret signs?
Yeah. Because it was here.
Oh no, it was agility or
Oh
whatever.
shit. One more.
Streetwise, that's the word. Damn, every time.
I think that's. Oh no, that's a 6.
Was that the 6th last time
It is
too?
a 6, so 1 6.
That's a success.
Yay!
As the bones clatter. Oh, well, sorry. Yeah, Dr. Komdos, do you have something to say?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm going to run up the bones as they begin falling down the pit so that I can just reach the top and pull myself out of the
Incredible.
pit.
Oh,
Hopefully not too moist from all
Dr. Longfellow reaches down his long arm to help hoist you out of the hole. Some of your sweat kind of dribbles onto his arm.
Do
Dr.
we do that
Komdos.
thing where we grab each other's wrists like
Yep.
this? Yeah.
My strength. I'm pulling you out of there. As the bones tumble and clatter, you hear the roar of a fire consume them. And then there's like the sound of all the air going out of the tunnel as it disappears. Oh, Max!
You know, looking down into this, I can see how this would be humorous.
Good night. And with the heat sucked down into the hole,
Tibia and Fulna and Oma.
one of the fake
Masticate.
sarcophagi turn around, revealing a door through into another room. I will reveal the secret, which is what I'm supposed to do.
Yes,
I was 11, right?
I think so. You'll find out soon enough.
Can I just make them not
yeah, you can.
highlighted?
Like do the paint bucket no fill.
That's the ticket. What do I intend to do with the world once I conquer it? After conquering the world, I will bathe it in light and fire.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
I
All right,
help
Scott, don't look at my screen.
I'm not looking.
Dr. Hans Kumdas up from the pit to his feet.
Thank you, Dr. Bones.
Good job wrestling those bodies.
It was stupid, impulsive, dangerous, and reckless. I loved it.
Shall we continue onward with more of this madness?
After me, and I kind of kick my way through the sarcophagus into the next room.
All right. Well, as soon as you walk into the next room, you are hit in the face.
Wait, what?
With heat.
Ah! Ah!
It is a very hot room, and that is because the floor is lava.
Oh,
Amazing.
Scattered amongst this lava-covered floor, we have different floating surfaces that seem relatively structurally stable. You might not know until you try. There is some strange etchings around the outside of the room. And there are also, there's something that Molly recognizes immediately as being some kind of ancient calendar on the
Ooh.
wall. And it stinks in here. The taint of death is very present.
The what of death?
The taint of death.
Pardon me.
I haven't sweat this much since my thesis defense.
I'm gonna just reach back, like zip back into the previous room and grab like the femur off of one of the bodies so that I have a bone with which to poke at things in the lava.
Ooh.
And then I will proceed to try to poke at the closest potential platform.
All right. So, I mean, it's far enough away that you are risking yourself by leaning out a little bit. I would make this a heroic roll for
Alright.
you. But it does seem very ambitious because you're trying to be the first one to poke this platform with your stick. So we will let that apply. And you're holding a bone.
Yes.
And you know how bones work. So yeah,
Yes.
let's throw that in too.
Specialty applies.
Alas.
God damn it.
I'm going to use my Onyx Coccyx and combine it to the end of my stick to try again and use a reroll.
Oh my God, yes.
I probably should
a
have
priceless
saved it for a more
artifact, Dr.
dramatic,
Bond.
moment where we actually needed it. But I get a 6.
It looks like
Hey!
you've used your boner with your cock 6.
Indeed.
Does he really not hear himself doing that?
Do what?
Do you not see how fucking sexy you look by this firelight?
I know.
Mm.
As I descend into the lava.
What are you doing?
So, Dr. Bones, your prodding with the bones of the platform has revealed that it's actually sturdier than it looks, and could support at least 2 people's weight pretty easily. And I mean, with a little bit of a hop, you should be able to make that distance across.
I share this intel with the rest of the room.
But what does it mean?
Don't worry, Dr. Comdust. I'm sure they wouldn't just fill a room with lava and leave people to figure it out. This is a temple with religious significance after all, or at least I like to think so. If we can see this kind of calendar type carving, is there any way to examine it from this distance and get a sense of what it's trying to indicate to us about this room? Like, let me rephrase that. Is the calendar of a particular year or month that I can get a sense of?
So, the calendars seem to represent periods of 10 years.
Oh, interesting.
So, there are different rows, and each row seems to span a decade. And in each decade, there is a date that has been sort of burned out of the calendar.
Whoa.
And it's always towards the end of the year.
Looks
It's
like
really
someone doesn't
useful
like the
when
holidays.
these periods are regular.
It is, Dr. Commodos. You're right.
It just says 2020 over and over again, and there's a lot of...
And there's a lot of lava in the room.
Yeah.
Jevamus
What?
Hey, I'm gonna need a closer look. Someone pull my foot out if it gets caught again, okay? And I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna leap platform to platform. I'm gonna try to cross the room. I am rushing into this, but I'm trying to use as much. I mean, look, I trained on the jungle gym back home. I was a Marine for a year, you know.
You were.
Sure, yeah. That's what you see in me that you like, I think. It's the SEAL.
Yes.
The Navy
It's
SEAL.
sure that.
Oh,
All right. Well, if you'd like to try that, that's going to be heroic.
Okay.
Just for the hell of it, I'm going to give you an extra die because Dr. Bones has prodded the first platform, and you know that you can make that jump you can get off to a good start.
Okay.
You are not really doing ancient religion stuff right now by jumping.
I saw this television program for thousands of years ago.
And you are, well,
Impulsive.
this is impulsive, so yes, go for it.
Come
Even though
on.
you did wait for Bones to poke it first.
Well, now that I know one of them is safe, I'm jumping because I'm assuming they're all safe.
That's fair.
Doesn't seem like the right move to do. Okay. So I got 2 6s, but I also got 2 1s.
So you're
So I-
going to fight possession. You're going to
Right.
resist
I'm-
possession.
Also going to succeed.
Yeah, so you resist possession, and look at that.
Wait,
So-
does that count as 2 though? I think it
I
just
think
No,
that
counts.
counts
just
as
one.
2.
No, just
Oh,
one
never mind.
success.
Oh,
you
look
you
at that.
succeed at a challenge. And
All
you
right,
have to
well,
succeed at
you
3
are
challenges.
able
Oh,
to
nice.
leap across the room from platform to platform to platform, and there are a few that are actually slippery with a very
Whoa.
hot, viscous
What?
liquid, but you manage to
What?
catch yourself before you're thrown into the lava pit.
You've got to be more careful, Dr. Longfellow. You're assuming that things are safe because of the regularity of these periods, but you don't know when they start or end.
Careful is my middle name, Dr. Commodost.
Now you successfully make it across to the opposite side of the room, which has a door and a very narrow platform. The door at present is sealed. There is a lever next to the door.
Would be stupid, be crazy just to pull this lever, right? Well, I sure wish some of my other fellow
Dr.
professors were
Longfellow,
here to tell me what to do.
do you still feel up to dancing? Because if there's one thing that I know that can handle these periods, it's the rhythm method.
I start to sway backwards and forwards. I guess is that you like this? Is it this that you like, Doctor? Is this doing it for you? you.
So as you say you, it almost hits a strange tonality to it. There's almost an odd melody. And as certain notes are hit, certain of those runes up on the walls light up.
Oh, runes.
Yeah.
Oh, I
there
forgot
were
about the
runes, and
runes.
then there was the calendar.
Sure.
Clearly, the answer is that we have to sing. I'll give it a shot. I'm gonna just try modulating my tone to match this lighting along the wall.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna be a book
Cool.
smart roll.
Nailed it.
'cause I guess you got to be bookish to
That's
sing.
one die.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do that. You are this is a pretty decent guess, so I don't think this is oblivious.
Nope, I don't think it is either.
But this, I mean, maybe does mating rituals apply to this?
Well,
Would you say, John?
No human is capable of true randomness. So clearly I'm going to have to use the ritual mating song of the 1950s by singing Earth Angel, which is a ancient mating ritual used to try and get two people to have their first kiss at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance.
If I'm aroused, does it count for his
Sure.
specialty? I think it would. Yeah.
All right, roll
Oh.
away. That's an applied specialty for sure.
2 dice.
Here we go.
Coming in hot. This singing is going to be.
So I rolled a 2 and a 5. I could use my artifact, but I could just take a wound. How many failures do we have in this room?
We have no failures.
I'll just fail.
Great.
Well,
So you fail.
Earth Angel, Earth Angel.
Dr. Kamadas, it doesn't
Okay.
it's
I'm
not
just
working.
gonna
Fine.
take
Popping up, but nothing is actually happening.
No,
Gonna
stop it.
take a closer look at what's popping up and what maybe he hit one thing that worked or maybe nothing. So I want to start studying what's happening in response to his.
It is
singing.
definitely recognizing certain musical notes. It does seem to be some form of written music on the wall.
Do re mi fa sol la ti do.
Yeah.
Dun,
It's-
dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
But damn it, what does it mean?
So I'm gonna be like do do do. Right.
Yep. Oh my
And-
God, why did I do this?
That's
I
okay. You
know
don't have
music
to
well enough
describe it
pull
in
this off, y'all.
detail.
gonna be
I'm
perfect.
attempting to use my book smarts to understand the response to my.
Roll away, friend.
Yeah.
That all works for me. Bones
Yeah.
don't apply.
No.
Bones, I've got an injured crewman.
I mean, I can make a xylophone out of bones, but we don't have time for that. There's lava. Oof. No success.
Oh no.
I would like to take an injury.
Really?
We're only at 2 failures.
Yeah, but we've only got 4 rooms left, and I'm not even in one of them.
I want to.
We still have the boss.
Okay,
You want
fine.
to die before the end?
Well, someone
do
has to
it.
be dead to play the boss. But this is fine. Fine. I will just regular
is-
fail.
All right, regular fail.
Regular fail.
Ooh, it's getting tricky up in here.
I will remind you, you are still on a tiny platform.
Oh, I'm on the tiny platform.
Yeah, you're on a tiny platform.
I thought I was near a tiny platform.
No,
You know,
no,
there
no,
is
like
another
you're pressed
90s
up-
ancient mating ritual that says that if it's getting hot in here, we have to
You're right. Dr.
take off
Kamadas
all
is
our
right.
clothes.
This is
I've already
clearly
removed my
this is
sweater.
clearly sort of a fertility rite to do with heating up, sort of a sauna type sort of situation. They're-
Dr. Bone starts rolling up the cuffs of her pants. Perhaps not quite understanding the sexy factor. Just being like, yes.
Yes,
off
this
clothes.
is sexy. I
Cool. Everyone's getting naked. Great.
yeah. Because there's no music playing in the room, I don't
Right.
know if there's a melody I should be humming in particular. But what I'm going to try to do Oh, is there a pattern in the actual floating platforms that I can try to match up with the tile, the light up tiles on the walls, and then try to sing those notes?
So in other words, this is a game of Myst.
Right?
I'm gonna hunt for the pixel, and then
I
I'm
know
gonna...
how much you love Miss John. I really wanted to give this moment to you.
Oh,
Um,
and then
Count
I
up.
am also taking off my clothes while I do this.
okay, so everyone's getting naked. That's great. Dr. Longfellow, you might be able to see if there was a pattern on the floor, but you're not really high enough up off the floor to detect what the platforms look like from above.
I'd like to scale the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay near this narrow platform so that I have something to drop down onto, but it's looking dicey for Dr. Longfellow.
All right. What would you like to use as handholds and footholds? If you have a cool idea, maybe I'll allow it to be in the room.
Oh,
I'm running an Adventures to Go game right now,
Yes.
well, I feel like there would be. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
There probably are in this room.
What do you think?
Tiny carved faces.
Ooh, yes. There are children's faces
Oh,
carved into the wall. You can climb
children's
on the children's faces to get up the wall if you would like.
Children's faces. I
They are
try
all
not
slightly
to.
1 hour,
different.
47 minutes exactly. Write that down.
Okay.
There's your
Write that down.
thumbnail.
Ooh. Okay, so everyone's getting naked. That's great. Yeah, so I'm gonna climb up the children's faces so I can get a better view,
Okay.
so that I can sing the tune of the hot heat song.
Okay.
Bandages.
Great.
Yep,
so
that's what I'm gonna
that's
sing.
definitely heroic.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, it's good. I'll take it.
We're gonna say that your religion applies here,
Okay.
and you're impulsive because you're climbing on children's faces.
I have a question for the GM, if I may.
Yes.
My artifact allows me a success on a 5+.
Yeah.
Can I burn that after my roll? Probably not. That seems
Yeah,
cheap.
I think you can burn it after the roll.
I feel like that makes it so.
Because then it's an auto success, right? Like I would just use it.
Only if you've rolled a 5.
Right, well, sure, yeah.
Because the other one's like re-roll. How would you use that
Yeah.
before?
That's
Yeah.
true.
I'd say yes after.
Okay, come on, shoot. Get out of there,
I don't
Max.
know.
Okay.
Because then it makes it. Yeah.
All right,
whatever.
well, this
reroll
red
is
eye
remember.
gemstone.
I mean, if
better
you're
not-
only rolling one die and you rolled a 4, you're boned. You can't use it.
Yeah.
It's true. So, Liz, you said
You're
Heroic,
like you're doubling
religions-
your odds.
impulsive?
Yeah. Apply all of them. Yeah.
I rolled a 6.
Yay. Okay.
My favorite
so,
die.
The fact that you rolled a 6 means that you are able to use your extensive musical and religious rites knowledge to construct a few bars of this chant.
Domine, Dominus. Domine, Dominus.
And the walls start to glow and pulse. And
Domine.
from the lava
Domine.
itself comes a narrow catwalk that would allow you to cross the room with relative ease, and the door opens.
Oh, yeah. Quick, everyone, you have to walk. You have to walk across the catwalk as if you're modeling to the music.
Dr. Longfellow, I'm coming. And I'm going to start walking across the platform with
Not
the
if
same...
I come first.
Can anyone give me a hand with this? With me? My hand. Oh, I kind of tumble onto Dr. Bones a little bit.
I
Oh,
catch him in
Sorry.
my arms and he accidentally falls a little close to my bosom. And then
Yeah,
I help
well,
him up.
Dr. Bones, it's good to be close to you again. Yeah, I mean, good to
Hot
see you.
in here,
I mean,
isn't
good
it?
to.
Let's get away from this lava. And she like rolls up her sleeves a little further.
Are those your ankles?
My sleeves.
Oh, your sleeves. Okay.
I mean, no, she's already rolled up her pants to capri length. I mean, woo, hot.
Woo, I know. I'm like, there's calves.
So we got to get through these rooms a little fast.
little split.
Yeah, I mean, more or
I mean,
less.
we're fine,
I
but
mean, we had some super long delays, yo.
That's true. So
with the
yes, let us.
technology.
We're
Yeah.
moving on.
That's okay.
Oh, do we get the secret?
Yeah, let me
Oh yeah,
reveal the
what's
secret.
What's the secret?
The secret
Wait, how does the
is-
secret work?
secret. I
We're
got
gonna
a
use
secret.
secrets that we've learned to defeat the ancient evil at the end.
What
assuming
has
we get there.
kept me sealed away all these years? The answer is a chant sung by the youngest child of the nearby village once every 10 years.
Amazing.
Sorry, I said child at random.
I know.
That's so good.
Yes.
You gave me the idea to make the engravings in the wall children's heads.
All right, I have to roll my die.
Oh, because I said faces. That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
Chant
Okay.
sung.
Okay, so we've already hit 12, so I'm gonna re-roll. That's a 10.
Sung by
All right.
a child.
The youngest child in the village once every 10 years.
All right. So, as we
It's not worth its
proceed into the next room,
Mm-hmm.
The ancient rites. sung by the child.
you find yourselves in a vast square-shaped room with a line. The tiles are laid out in a grid, and there are a line of figures on either side, the close side of the room and the far side of the room.
Ooh. You know, before I was a Marine, before I was an archaeologist, I played a little bit on my high school chess team. Does it look like an ancient form of chess?
It certainly seems like some sort of board game.
Ooh.
And upon looking at these figures, you do notice that none of them appear to be clothed.
So we're looking at some butts right now.
Some butts, some bits.
Molly's already taking off her clothes and is getting ready to stand in as one of the pieces.
Dr. Treacle, please. Wait, stand in as one of the... Wait, sorry, what?
Yeah, she's gonna
I was so shocked I didn't
play
even...
the game as one of the pieces.
I like your style, Dr. Treacle.
You always have,
well,
Dr. Longfellow.
For some time, anyway. Dr. Treacle, I don't think this is exactly the time or the place, but...
I think it's exactly the time and the place.
Are you...
Now join me,
Oh,
and we'll play a little game.
all right.
You can tell that Dr. Treacle's trying to make me jealous.
Perhaps we should follow suit.
I am eyeing Bones as I go, and I
Um,
start to peel off my clothes as well.
Longfellow.
So while you undress, you catch sight of some more engravings that are drawn as tattoos on some of the figurines.
As my last item of clothing falls, I would like to try to decipher the symbols.
Of course.
This is no longer a PG-13 movie. Oh, well, it is,
No.
I guess. They just see camera angles and stuff.
Yeah, there are no nipples. They're just round parts.
Bits.
Bits.
Got it. Whoa.
Yeah, there's like obviously like your shoulder is covering the crotches like from the camera angle, right? So you can't see any.
Yeah.
Your specialty definitely applies, and you're getting naked for him, so your obsession does too.
Awesome.
Wow. Rough.
Nothing.
Big old
No possession.
barrel of monkeys.
That's good. So while your suspicions of this being some sort of chess-like game are confirmed, you understand like some of the words relate to like game, make a move, things like that, but you don't get any inclinations as to what the actual rules of the game are. So you don't really get any help from that. Other folks, thoughts, feelings, or do you want to take another action?
Damn it.
Dr. Comdust just starts stammering and looking down at the ground and blushing furiously.
I'm gonna walk up to Dr. Comdust and put my hands on his shoulders. It's all right. We're all in this together. Win or lose, nude or whatever the opposite of nude is.
Clothed.
So as you lay your hands on his shoulders, you notice that two of the pieces on the opposite side of the board turn to face each other as well.
Whoa. Okay. All right, everyone. I have an idea.
If only we had
Well, my
rapiers.
What was that about rapiers?
If we had rapiers or maybe sabers or foils, we could make sure that we took our swords and we could place them inside someone else's mouth.
Dr. Commodust, I'm not sure how they do things out in California, but in New York, we keep our archaeology, relatively above the belt, so to speak.
Look, sword fighting, oral sword fighting is a known ancient ritual in
Would you like to try to enact that ancient ritual?
Sacramento.
I have,
My God.
well, I'm carrying some of the supplies of food, so I would definitely have some approximation of shitty knives.
Like beef jerky.
Pewter
Butter
knives about
knives,
this
yeah.
long. We could use those to fence.
Who would like to initiate this fencing?
Hey, Commodust, catch! And I toss him out.
I'll
So is that you being impulsive? Or is that enabling?
No,
him?
I'm getting ready to
Enabling-
see if he wants to start.
Okay.
I'm ready to jump in
Yeah.
if need.
Oh,
be.
I'll jump into this, grabbing the
Yeah.
thing and diving the knife forward into one of these figures' mouths.
All right. Well, that seems definitely like a heroic action. You're leaping into action. It's not necessarily oblivious as much as you're speaking obliviously, but it definitely has to do with ancient mating rituals.
I succeed.
Nice.
Oh!
Um,
Fantastico.
So when the knife enters the mouth of one of the pieces, it again on the opposite side of the room, the mouth of the other piece opens.
I'm gonna step. I would like to go to the other side of the room if I can cross this.
Yeah.
Well, no, not if. I am gonna cross this checkerboard floor to make my way to the other side. I'd like to examine to see which of the pieces on the far side seems to have the most status. If they're all nude, perhaps there's still some way of telling which among them is being guarded. Perhaps.
So you're definitely using your book smarts.
Okay.
But you're also just walking across without any concern, so that's definitely impulsive. And your third?
It's
Your
ancient. Oh yeah.
Yeah?
It's ancient religions. I'm not sure if
Religions.
that's going to apply
Not
here or
quite, no. So
That's okay.
go for it.
Dr. Longfellow, weren't you knighted for your services for archaeology? Because then you should only move diagonally across this board.
Ah. Go
Um,
I mean, if you were knighted, shouldn't you be?
L's. Yeah.
What?
Go for it. Scott. Don't-
I let my as I'm walking, I kind of just idly toss my badge back. It says Sir Dr. Martin Longfellow, PhD.
I'd like to try to catch it.
Of course you would. It's on the floor.
But you don't have any
Where were you
pockets to
keeping
store
that
it.
badge? Where were you keeping that badge? You're totally nude.
Flesh pack.
I did not take
fanny
my
pack.
clothes off, by the way.
You did not?
No,
you did.
I never
did
said I
not.
did.
No, it's true. You looked down and away out of shame as we came to
Forgive
fondle
us,
you.
John, for forgetting your character is fully clothed at this moment.
I did roll a 6. It is a success.
Excellent. So in crossing, yet again, a piece mirrors your movements. And you notice that one particular piece has the largest member in display, standing to attention. It seems to be the most important of pieces. And you have, by your move and the mirrored move, left it perhaps unguarded? You aren't quite sure. But you have a sense that there's definitely one less piece close to it. So the piece that was right in front of it moved counter to you. So you seem to have identified the most important and perhaps left it more open to attack.
Okay.
We could identify where it's from by taste.
Well,
What do you mean by that?
by far the least bad thing I've had in my mouth in a few years, so here we go.
It has been a few years, hasn't it?
Are you going for it, or are you going for it, or are you going for it? Who's going to
Yeah,
taste
what the heck's going
thing?
on?
Is anyone going to taste the thing?
Clearly, Cumdust is.
I guess so.
That seems like a heroic, brave, dramatic act. Daredevil leaping into
Now
action.
suck my...
And it has to do with ancient mating rituals.
Does it?
What was your proposal?
To
Taste.
taste it.
Which part of it are you tasting?
It's overly large phallus. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most important part of the.
Spell it out.
Yeah. So that is both an
I'm leading
ancient
the
mating
expedition.
ritual, and perhaps you are being oblivious as to what part of it you are licking. Is that what you're implying?
I was more being oblivious about it being an ancient mating ritual.
Okay, well, both apply because you're licking its bits, and perhaps you don't realize that it's a naughty thing to
Sweet.
do.
I fail.
Gotta get out of
No!
here. Split.
I'm taking a wound.
Yeah, so you lick its
How'd
body,
you get hurt there, John?
and the
About
the
to go
stone is not
critical.
completely smooth, and you rather seriously abrade your tongue
Ah.
as you do so. It's bleeding a little,
Oh, now I'll just keep biting it for the next week.
and you've got like just that little bit of like blood, just like a little smear of it
Dr.
right at the
Commodus,
bottom of your.
we're gonna have to suck out the venom. Trust me, I'm a doctor. I'd like to
Okay.
look back across the room and suck.
But
the
that
venom out of
right,
his-
you took an injury, so that means you succeed.
Yeah.
Aha.
But I'm still gonna suck the venom out of his blood
But what?
on his tongue.
So what does it taste
Excellent.
like?
I mean, it tastes like marble, but by having licked its parts, the piece reclines.
Fuck is this?
And having knocked over the king, the door opens.
Oh!
But what does it mean?
Come here, you big lug.
Ah,
And what does it mean, indeed?
What does it mean?
What does it
Long
mean?
story.
Do, do,
Long
do. What do I intend to do with the world once I conquer it? Conquer it? Conquer it? All of humanity over the age of 18 must be sacrificed in the ultimate game. Hence it being over
Ugh.
18 content and a game. And trying to feed into your horny, go to horny jail specialties.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you don't, because you're oblivious.
Mm-hmm.
And so the door opens and you are free to venture onward.
All right. When you enter into the next room, you can see that it is with a tiled floor, and you can see that there's a skylight above you, which is shining just very pleasant mid-afternoon sun on top of you. There are arrows along the floor which point towards the next door, which is open and ready and willing and able to accept any who wish to enter.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Me too, Dr. Bones. Me too. Oh, gee, I forgot to. I'm gonna suit
Me
back
too.
up.
Molly takes her time putting her clothes back on.
I would like to try to get a closer look at the closest arrow.
So you're entering the room to go and look at the arrow?
How far am I from the closest arrow?
About 2 meters. The room is about 50 meters long. It's quite a large room.
I'm gonna
Ripley.
go ahead again, take the lead, and check these arrows while these two are dressing.
What about the two of you?
So we've gotten dressed.
Yes, it's very important. I would like to. What I would like to do is take my flashlight in perhaps what might be a move of stupidity. I'd like to roll it along the floor towards the door, ideally not, right next to where Dr. Bones is headed, just to test the floor to see if it's structurally stable. If the arrows are pointing us towards our doom.
Floor seems perfectly structurally stable.
Oh,
I'd like to just go walk through the door.
So you're going in to see an arrow. You're walking through. What about you?
I rolled my flashlight across, but I'm gonna go and lie on one of the arrows and see if I can. I'm gonna lie on the ground, looking up towards the ceiling, bathed in nice light. You said,
All right.
just to see if these arrows indicate anything to me about
So as the four of you enter into the room, the door behind you slams shut.
Uh-oh.
3 heads emerge from the top of the wall behind you and push out. The heads are quite terrible in their appearance, monstrous horns emerging from them, and you can see them just like the stone just growls as the mouths open, and it starts to belch lava out of its mouths, landing at one end of the room, which you now see is actually on a very slight incline, and the lava starts to flow towards all of you, threatening to burn you all to a crisp.
I want to try to get as good of a look as I can from this distance at its teeth and horns.
Okay, well, that is definitely going to be a...
How many heads in this temple?
that's like a deciphering or investigating, so I'm going to say that's book smarts.
Come on.
I don't really know if this is terribly ambitious, and I'm not sure if it involves fossils, so you get your 3. You succeed.
Hey!
Hey!
In staring at it, you realize that these heads are indicative of monsters of which they originally, when paleontologists would unearth fossils, they would say, well, this couldn't possibly be a dinosaur. It must be a hoax, because no dinosaur would have 3 heads and 5 tails. That doesn't make any sense. So they naturally believed that this was a prankster. This has happened several times over the course of paleontology, and discarded it. Now you're seeing this in this ancient temple. Perhaps this hoax was not such a hoax after all. The lava is still flowing towards you.
I'm going to I'm going to reach into my backpack. I'm going to pull out a length of rope, fashion a shitty little lasso. I'm going to try to lasso one of the heads so I can climb up to it.
Okay, well that's going to be a streetwise, because that's quite precise an action to try to lasso that head.
Okay.
I will say though that this is impulsive, that you're trying to head towards the source of lava instead of trying to get away from it. So you can have an extra die there.
Thanks. If I can find some way to turn them off. Well, let me just say I'm not so good at turning things off.
You're not so good at turning things off.
Yeah.
Martin.
All right, Treacle, you got me. I did not succeed.
Ooh.
I did roll a 5. As I reach into my backpack and I'm fashioning my rope, John, I also come across my red eye-shaped gemstone from the altar of Angkor Wat.
Yep.
I'm gonna yeet it up into one of the mouths. This allows me to succeed on a 5+. So I'm gonna do
You've
that.
managed to plug one of the mouths, therefore cutting the flow of lava by 1/3.
You call me 1/3 Longfellow, folks.
Seeing this, unless you want to go.
I would just like to run towards the door.
Okay, that's a heroic action. To heroically run away. Go ahead. Are you trying to put any of your obsessive nature into this?
I mean, if I'm dead, I can no longer pursue Martin. So it's still I'm obsessed with him.
You could
Try again.
pull me along with
I'll
you.
try to grab Martin and pull him through the door with me.
Yeah,
That I will allow. So go ahead and you can have your die for obsession.
You're not gonna leave the rest of the team behind. Damn it, Treacle.
I got a 6.
Yay!
Great. It turns out that the solution to the room was simply to go to the door.
I run after them.
But you have discovered that the true form of the ancient evil is a lava monster with 3 heads and 5 tails.
Ooh.
Damn. Hot again. That
5
seems
tails.
to be a theme.
I'm white knuckled after that.
Sounds like our date nights,
Absolutely.
right?
We better
Martin?
sonic speed away here from here. What did you just say? 5 tails. Sounds like our. I've never. Oh, you mean that night? The magnificent temple atop the Quetzalcoatl's tomb.
Exactly.
Great. Okay, sorry, folks. I'm rolling.
Quetzalcoatl's a
Huzzah!
god.
Mm.
Quetzalcoatl doesn't need a tomb.
Yeah, I
Temple
words and
towards
I don't
them.
go so hot together. Has 4 been taken? It has not.
Aha!
Gonna quickly look. Have a look. Don't look, Liz.
Not looking.
I think there's certainly a theme of heat in here. Things getting hot and quite bothersome. Dr. Cumnus.
Dr. Bones.
Dr. Treacle.
Dr. Treacle's here.
Dr. Bones and I almost said kumquat.
Yes.
Longfellow! Dr. Longfellow is pulled through the door,
Yep.
but then vanishes. Like right out of your hands. He was in your hands and now he's gone.
Martin?
He's, he's absolutely gone. The lava flowing quickly down the sort of hill behind you creeps to a stop, almost as if it doesn't want to pass the lintel into this next room, the
Okay.
doorway. You've
Not
made
the
your way
lintel.
through. Not the damn lintel. What does it mean? In the following sort of room, it's dark in here. The glow of the lava from behind you dimly illuminates what appears to be a relatively cramped space, which only narrows in further as you continue. There is a dim light at the end of the tunnel. There is something about the light that calls to you, but you can't see anything further on into the room at this point in time anyway.
I'd like to go towards the light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay. Dr. Bones is walking towards this light at the end of the tunnel. The room continues to narrow around you. It's like getting quite small. You're gonna have to,
Start
you have to
crawling.
crawl into it.
I will be the first to discover this. It will be my name that gets the double PhD. My name will be first on the accolades.
This is an ambitious streetwise roll because you don't know what's ahead, but this is something that you are pulling towards.
It looks like Dr. Bones wants to get that double FUD.
I do not succeed.
No!
I'm going to
Oh.
take an
Certainly shoving
injury.
herself through a tight opening.
I'm going to take an injury.
You're gonna take an injury?
Yeah.
The tunnel narrows to what appears to be an incredibly small point. As you're wriggling through, it suddenly opens up, but the edges of the tunnel that you're in turn to ice almost instantaneously. It scalds your skin with this ice as you pass through. But you're now passed into this was like an antechamber, I guess. You're in the room proper. The tunnel seems to have widened once again behind you, but you guys still can't really see much except this light at the end of the tunnel.
I made it.
I'm gonna dash right after her, but seeing that she is experiencing frostnip, what?
What?
Oblivious.
What?
Seeing she's experiencing frostnip, I'm going to make sure that I stand in front of her to bear the brunt of whatever this room has to throw at her.
Okay. I will take this into account as I call for the challenge roll here, as you bravely stand in front of the frost-nipped Dr. Bones.
Frostnip.
Frostnip, my apologies. What you see ahead of you is deeply unnerving.
Yes, frostnip is the first step towards frostbite.
And then frost devour.
Preferable to have nip than bite, but some people go all the way.
Straight there. In front of you, Dr. Comdust, is the floating face of Dr. Longfellow, suspended in midair, his face contorted in a horrible sort of expression of terror and pain. The light that is coming from his head is being illuminated by the mysterious light from behind it. It is a piercing a piercing light blue that is casting light, illuminating this face, and his face almost seems to be saying like, "Ah!" Don't come closer. He is truly terrified.
Hit me
There
with
is a
some
force-
epic music.
Hmm? Oh yeah. The light from behind it is piercing.
Dr. Longfellow, I know that it can be tempting to move to the other side, to see what it's like to experience the sweet, warm embrace of death instead of stepping forward, bringing yourself back to this horrible, damnable world of the living. Indeed, it is like hell that we strive through. I've seen you, your career, that moment in which you've swung across that chasm full of snakes, the moment in which you lifted an idol only to see it fall to dust in your hands, that moment that you tried to seduce me. In Minsk, I saw as you were walking away into a hotel room, dragging Dr. Treacle with you and closing the door. I know that you were just waiting for me to hop on after you, but I just couldn't. And while I know that the two of you must have engaged in pleasurable conversation, perhaps a game of Parcheesi, I wasn't able to give you the hot, sweet loving you so richly deserved. But I'm here to tell you now, Dr. Longfellow, that we need you here. A big, sweaty need. A desperate, terrible, panting need to have you back with us. Please, Dr. Longfellow, turn away from the light and embrace the darkness that is your unconscionable, unfathomable desire for me.
I don't know how to give you enough dice for this. This is incredible. The face of Dr. Longfellow uncontorts as his eyes, sad and full of tears, lower towards yours, Dr. Commandost. His mouth says, "Help me," but all you hear is, "Parcheesi." This is a heroic roll. You are absolutely oblivious. I
Mark it.
The most ancient of mating rituals is
The
reaching out
impassioned
to your
speech.
lover. Yeah, an impassioned speech. I feel great about this. I say go for it. Take a die. Oh, I have to go to the thing.
I succeed.
Yes. Dr. Longfellow tumbles out of what appears to be thin air into your arms. He is covered in small crystals of frost, and he is shivering uncontrollably. Parcheesi.
I have you.
Parcheesi.
I'd like to take my shirt off again and wrap it around Martin's body.
Now that his body has tumbled out of the ether, the light that was illuminating him is now clearly visible. It is an eye. It is about 10 meters across, and it appears to be emitting what I can only describe as a laser.
I'd like
It
to.
was being refracted through the somehow through the like spirit or consciousness of Dr. Longfellow. Now that it is no longer being refracted, it is precise, and it starts to zip down onto the floor and cut a hole around the three of you.
I'd like to pull out my compact and try to reflect it back onto itself.
Fuck yeah, Kate! I
Oh,
fucking love it, Dr. Bones. Let's go. This is book smarts. This is book smarts.
Okay.
Let me think about this for a moment here. Bones.
She's ambitious.
Yeah. No, that's true. This is an ambitious move because it's like, I mean, it's going to be really disastrous if it fails.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
okay.
feel like it. I mean, it has to do with
Yeah.
body parts, but like,
Yeah, that's okay.
yeah.
I'm fine with
I don't
that.
think so.
I would like to take an injury. My third injury. In order to succeed.
Can you, okay. You're gonna throw yourself, sort of, so to speak, on your own sword.
Yes.
Okay. I want to give you the chance to narrate how this laser. I mean, I can describe it as well, but the compact is able to reflect the beam back into the eye. But what happens to Dr. Bones?
There's a brief moment where it refracts back again off of the eye into her own eyes. And the power of this reflected laser burns through her eyes into her mind, and she collapses.
Absolutely
but only
incredible.
after the eye has been lasered enough, hopefully.
Yeah. The majority of the force indeed kind of shot right back into the iris of the unblinking eye at the end of the hallway, which closes. It looks like it could be a blink, but it's rippling waves of stone that come down and across the wall, and it closes, seals, and it is gone. Forever? Question mark?
So what does Dr. Bones look like?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you look like? Are you like, did your head come off? Like, what happened?
No, so her eyes glowed the color of this laser,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then perhaps like it was as though light was emanating through her nostrils and her mouth and her ears and stuff, and
Yeah.
then she just collapsed as she succeeded.
Your body below the neck is perfectly intact, if perhaps like
Yeah.
rigor mortis. Your head has turned into a skull. There every
Nice.
bit of
A
flesh and
crystal
liquid.
skull?
Sure, yeah, we can call it a
Tears?
crystal.
What? Crystal skull? Yeah, sure.
It's seemingly almost made of some sort of ice.
Come
Now,
on, Dr. Longfellow, Dr. Treacle. She just needs to sleep it off.
Of course.
I perform the ritual of the I perform the academic ritual required in order to commemorate our fallen comrade, Dr. Bones. I think, unfortunately, the head might come off during the ritual, but I'm sorry, Dr. Bones. You're gone. Oh yes, I have to read you the secret. Where is it? So, what? Oh no, that's not me. Uh-oh. Was that? Oh, there. Yes. What is most terrifying about me, and why? And my gaze is nigh unbreakable, and my eyes are icy blue. A little bit on the nose, but it was, or in the eyes rather, but it was pretty good.
Nice, sorry.
I'm sorry, Dr. Bones.
Why?
What's
She
that?
just has to rest for a bit.
You're right, Dr. Commandust. You.
Just a little nap. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Just gonna give throw out a quick option here. If we wanted,
Oh.
To go straight to the boss room now to allow it for maximum time, I'm totally fine with that. I'm also fine with doing the room.
It would
Whatever.
make an odd number of things, so we'd have a more clear majority whether we win or lose.
Sure. If we want to do it that way.
Suggestion.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Great.
Yeah, because we will
So
we'll
we
have
have
our
to
7 secrets.
succeed on 4 out of 7. So either way, you'd have to succeed at 4. Or no, I guess 5. Okay. Then... you make your way forward, having seen this piercing light and the room opening before you, and yet again you see those eyes, but instead of a lonely eye standing emitting light, it is a pair of eyes set. Yeah, no, it's okay. I've got this. I'm just gonna put it over here because you've seen the secrets as well. So you see, my apologies. You see 6 of these eyes encased in lava, yet the eyes are icy blue. All 3 heads fix on the 3 of you, each head looking at one of you. You hear a mighty roar, and it rears back its head. What do you do?
Head or heads?
Its head. Sorry, thank you.
Could just be one. Well, I want to take the hands of my compatriots who are still here and alive. Yep. Just like that time at the Pound, right?
Let's go to Pound Town.
It looks like this thing has too many heads. It should give me one of them.
He really doesn't hear it, does he?
And just as a quick timeout, folks, this is the phase in which you're trying to make use of the secrets that we've learned. So feel free to go to that prompts list.
Awesome.
And make use
Well-
of those to create challenges against this evil.
I mean, I've felt myself being pulled towards this force. It was ages ago now, but I kind of felt it calling to me. But that was the same room where I learned the mystery of the song that was used to seal it away. So what I'd like to do is, taking the hands of my compatriots, I'd like to put on my best falsetto to pretend that I'm a child, and I would like to chant the chant from the village that will seal it away. That's what I would like to do.
Both using your intelligence and your heroics. Do you want to lean a little bit heavier into one of those? Your book smarts or your heroics?
This is
Slightly rephrase it to be more of one.
Yep, I'm gonna heroically screw up my testicles
Great.
so that I can sing higher.
Amazing. That's also very impulsive of you. And you're
Horrible.
singing. You're aware of the religious implications of this as well.
Well, of course,
So,
yeah. This is a ceremony of
heroics.
binding.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Heroics and your specialty and your reputation.
Okay. Now this is, I can't take a wound to succeed.
You can take a wound so that we can try again.
Yeah. If you fail, the secret is struck off the list, and you have one less secret to try to succeed with. And
Sorry, I
so you
took
need
the
to
good
get
secret.
a total of four secrets wielded against the ancient evil.
Or, I don't remember. Okay, so that's 2 1s. I'm putting those to the side. I can't remember if these are 6s or 1s here. Oh, they're 6s. Okay,
Great. You
I got a 6.
Great.
I also got double 1s.
Have you resisted possession yet?
Yeah.
As much as your actions do start to cause the heads to recoil and stop their attempts to strike you, their gaze still focuses on you, and you feel the urge to assist instead of attack.
I would like to sort of like break my grip and float just a few inches off the ground and keep singing in a really creepy falsetto now and just go Domine Deo Deo.
That's it. Keep doing that.
I'm gonna move with outstretched hands towards Dr. Comdust.
So in reality, you can feel free to describe actions as your character or as the boss as well.
Right. Okay.
So we are now co-GMs on this boss.
It's just you and me, Dr. Treacle.
How about a dance, Comdust?
I thought you'd never ask.
I reach out my still bloodied hand.
Jesus.
I can see you're
Look-
still wet. With blood.
You're being oblivious.
Oh God! Stop.
So I would like to do the dance from scene 27.
Yes, the
Scene
ancient
one, wasn't
rites
it?
Scene
dance.
one.
Yes.
I taught you so well. My hips are
so
now
this,
swaying as I
This is
fell.
probably book smarts because you studied it.
Yeah.
And
I'm
you
obsessed
learned
with Martin
your-
because I'm doing this in his memory.
Oh wow.
yeah, and you
I'm right.
learned this off of the ancient texts on the walls in the first room. So I'm gonna let your
Come on,
ancient
let's
texts
go. Let's
apply.
go.
Yes. I got 6s.
Yay!
Yay!
So yeah, I figured this would be the ancient rites.
Yes.
You didn't also get double 1s, did you?
I did not.
Okay.
Amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna. No one used the notes column. Alas, alack. Okay, that's totally fine.
Alas,
I'm just gonna make
alack.
it smaller. so that I have the ability to check off checkboxes. Wabam! Your second secret succeeded. The heads recoil even further, shrinking back, and the lava seems to perhaps glow a little less hot in reaction to this dance and this song.
If there's one thing that we know about this thing, is that it wants to bathe the world in light and fire.
True.
How do we give it darkness?
We cover its eyes.
Oh, but what would that do?
I'm already taking off my clothes again.
God
Amazing.
damn
To
it.
create a blindfold for the monsters.
Amazing.
I would like to say one of the heads is currently belching lava up into the air, just
Oh
for the
my-
drama.
Of
It's like a
course.
fountain of lava that's coming down.
Jesus.
It's landing on Dr. Longfellow, who's like, his skin is getting pitted and shit.
So you're
Yes.
disrobing, and you're going to throw your clothes onto his eyes.
Yeah.
This seems like perhaps a heroic action.
Then maybe I shouldn't be the one to throw.
I
my clothes.
tear her clothes off to throw it at the
I
monster.
tear my own clothes off and hand them to him.
Yeah, there you
yes,
go.
right, yes.
Yeah.
Please toss them over
Perfect.
that beast's eyes.
Excellent. And
That was great. Did you hear that?
that is an excellent throw you're making there. You don't seem to. Are you making any notice of her nudity right now?
I'm trying very hard not to look, because that would be inappropriate.
Of course. And so you are covering its eyes, and you are tossing clothes at it with abandon.
Yep.
You're being oblivious. You're being heroic. It's not an ancient mating ritual. Well, she's naked. It's an ancient mating ritual. Fuck it.
I succeed, but
This is how they... Oh,
There's
I have
double
to
one.
resist possession.
Those eyes, man. Just before you cover one of the heads and half of one of the others, you see those eyes. You feel the draw. And yet,
Go back to the shadow.
Dr. Longfellow's mouth kind of cracks open and he just said, "Come play with our heads! Come play with our heads! Come play with our heads!"
Everybody knows that this monster has 3 heads and 5 tails, right?
Yes.
Well, what if it only had 2 heads?
And 4 tails.
Or what if it had 4 heads?
Oh.
I'm going to
I-
give the monster a head. I'm going to run back and I'm going to snatch the crystal skull.
Yes!
And I'm going to run back and I'm going to go. I'm just going to be like, I'm literally just going to take the head and I'm going to shot put it so that it now has 4 heads, which makes it not the same monster.
amazing.
This
That's definitely
is the
heroic.
dumbest PhD I've ever heard in my life.
What do you think,
and I
Scott?
love it.
Do you think this is oblivious?
I think it's a pretty good leap of logic myself.
Well, okay, for that, I think you get oblivious. Yeah.
There you go.
Pulling the head off of a newly crystallized corpse, I do not believe would count as
Yeah.
an ancient mating ritual. However,
No.
that would be my. Come
Dr.
on.
Treacle? Succeed.
Yeah.
And as the icy skull crashes into one of the heads, it cools the lava and crashes into another head, which cools the lava and crashes into another head. And with a spell broken, Dr. Martin Longfellow crashes to the ground.
Oh,
The spell broken.
wow.
Martin, are you all right?
Dr. Treacle. Dr. Commodust.
Oh no. With the heads gone, what do we attack?
There's nothing moving. It is a statue of frozen magma, frozen rock.
I run at it and I just start punching it. We have to take it out!
Still a little warm to the touch, but it crumbles. It starts, crumbling under your hands. Perhaps you realize that you've succeeded? Perhaps...
Well, the monster's turned to dust now. What does it mean?
I reach out and take the hands of both of my living friends and colleagues.
Oh, retrieve the crystal skull, please. She would want it this way.
What crystal skull?
And as you make your way out of the temple with whatever you wish to take with you, you have the sense of accomplishment that you defeated the ancient evil. What does this mean for your careers?
It means tonight I finally get laid for the first time. Probably by Dr. Longfellow, possibly Dr. Treacle. I know they're both into me.
For me, it's a pat on the back, a glass of Merlot, and a job well done. Oh, hell. Maybe I'll visit Commodust. Who knows? We can trade stories. Dr. Treacle, will you be my second?
You had me at hello.
Didn't say that.
You had me at day.
You had me at do.
He was coming up.
Is your skin all still like sizzling from the lava that fell on you?
Well, it cooled, so now it's like kind of like rocky and shit.
Oh, so you've developed like
Proto
rocky
Brom.
skin.
Have you
Right.
turned into Brom?
Oh no, what's happening
No.
again?
Oh, Molly.
Did you
Claire
also, did you
Treacle.
say Parcheesi, anyone?
Did I ever
Okay,
tell
so
you
we're
that
playing Parcheesi.
Molly's my middle name, that my first name is Clara?
What?
Clarice?
Oh no.
Molly
It's happening
Clara?
again.
The dogs. There is in the accolades that are written up. Dr. Leia Bones is given her second PhD in memoriam.
In memoriam, why?
I just pat him on the head as we continue the
God.
presentation. And then I smack him on the ass.
Nice.
Oh!
There you go, folks. You went into the Temple of Doom and you defeated the ancient evil.
Yay! Guys, we did it! Oh. You're on the side going, "What?" And then there's just like Kate's Dr. Bones' corpse. Or
So
photo there
that
of,
bad luck is supposed to be a little bit more averaged so that someone dies before the last room, not
Yeah.
possibly just everyone dies in the first room. But nice luck. But this is why fudge.
Yeah, well, it seems very unforgiving. Although I guess we could have burned, or I didn't think to burn an artifact like super quickly either. But like that's pretty intense.
Well, the idea, I think, is that if you get bad luck really early on, you take the injuries, you use your artifacts and stuff. But
Yeah.
it is, to some extent, designed such that, A, it's only supposed to be one room per person. So it would be only 4 rooms before the big bad.
Right.
We went for the double length, which is why we got the extra stat point. But that doesn't actually quite average out numerically. But that's what the rules said. But there is the possibility that you don't defeat the ancient evil, and instead you narrate the ancient evil succeeding and taking over the
God.
world. And that's part of why it's, generally like about an hour of in-game gameplay sort of thing.
Well, facilitating this, my hat's off to you.
Oh, sure. Oh,
God, he didn't have
shit.
hair under there the whole time.
Punk.
Yay! Yeah, no, seriously,
Yay.
Kate. Fantastic.
Yay.
Facilitating
Clap,
it.
clap, 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 clap,
And the
clap,
shared
clap,
Google
clap,
Doc
clap,
worked
clap.
really well. That was a great idea.
Yeah. Looks great,
Yay!
Yeah, I'm quite. It was. I mean, first of all, it was a lot of fun because I think we all developed a shorthand for it's going to be a sexy adventure. I guess.
Well, It's the four of us, and
That's true. That's fair.
absence makes the heart grow
Not much to be
fonder, and
done
the
in that department.
grow long.
And
But,
more likely
it
to
was.
forget.
Coming up with, like, being inspired by a secret answer to develop a room, I think it's a really cool mechanic. And then I like that there's sort of inspiration in terms, like, you could just make a thing and then just have, like, a generic trap if you were like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I did, but, it's pretty cool.
I didn't want to have the ball rolling after everyone, but then I got my prompt. I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
The ball rolling. Sweet.
I was trying my hardest not to make it steamy.
No, you weren't. You were just oblivious to how
No,
steamy
you
making
were
it.
you were trying to do all the euphemisms, but then it got steamy. Oh, I see. Never mind. Ooh. That was a lot of fun. Jeff can't.
Sorry.
Jeff can't help it. It's like the name of my biography. But like the unauthorized biography that was written by Aragorn.
Nice.
So I did update Sir Dr. Martin Longfellow as we played, and Dr. Leo Bones, PhD.
Fud.
Fud. Thanks so much, viewers, for tuning in and joining in and throwing all of your wonderful innuendo into chat. I did my best not to get distracted, but thank you, folks.
Yeah,
for
thank
sharing
you,
the
Kate. It
GM
was a
chair.
lot of fun. I think it was.
Thanks, Liz, for watching the clock and sacrificing your seat.
No, it was all right. I know it would have been fine if we'd gone over too, but
Yeah.
it felt weird doing a room without you as well. Like it
Aw.
felt like you sacrificed yourself, and we should go straight to the boss. It felt
A
fair.
room without Kate.
oh god.
Oh, it's a sad room indeed.
Yeah.
Wow, we have a lot of sad rooms in the world.
Most of them, in
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah, 90.
What's next? All right. I don't know. Have we officially declared who's second?
I think so. I mean, like, short of any problematic issues that we discover along the way, next week I am going to be sort of facilitating or introducing and then facilitating a game of Fiasco, Tales from Suburbia. So that will be, I'm sure that will be a very different feel from this sort of adventure that we had today. Definitely not so silly. Yeah, Fiascot. Exactly.
Oh, Fiascot!
Of course, because it's a one Scott.
Crosshair, how
one
much do I
shot.
owe you?
Fiascot.
Honestly, let's fucking go. It's good. There will be a Fiascot. No, Roger Twy, I can say that. I feel confident saying that. But I am really excited to jump in and share. I think there's a lot of inspiration in it, but that at its core, it's a game about scene building, and that's what we do really like. It's what we do and have a lot of fun doing. So
Fiascot's
that's what
up
we're doing next Sunday at this time.
Boop, 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 boop. I put the little logo down below.
Oh,
Nice.
Week streams?
Throughout the week, my schedule is still a big old question mark, so check in on the Discords to see whether or not that happens for my situation. But Scott seems to be checking his Tuesday.
Just checking. Yes, so on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, as per, well, not usual, but like last week was a bit of a weird one. It should be the third volume of Emperor Scotimius I's reign, continuing as he wanted to declare war on and then became enamored by Tamar of Georgia and her big walls. Her
Ooh.
thick walls. Sorry.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday is the first episode of the new format for my channel on Wednesday.
Oh my god.
Welcome to Scrub Check.
What is Scrub Check?
I have a lot of friends, and they like to support me. They raise me up so I can climb on mountains. And yet every once in a while, my friends decide that I might be getting a bit too big for my britches. And they give me challenges that I have 2 hours to complete. If I do, I manage to once again prove that I can somehow manage to make it in this cold, dark world. But if not, I have been proven that I am nothing but a lowly scrub. every week, I will be taking a challenge that I will have to complete in that amount of time. The challenge could be as simple as beat a certain high score or complete this in this amount of time. It could be a challenge me directly at a certain game to see if I can defeat it. It could be a game that I've never played before, a game that I'm intimately familiar with. I may be asked to take certain handicaps or certain benefits to try to help me along, but as long as I agree to the challenge, I'm locked in, and I have the duration of the stream to either find glory or become a scrub. That's on Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Twitch.tv/Sean Verrill.
Yay!
On Thursday.
I didn't say anything about gaming, although a lot of it's probably going to be gaming. But I'm not eating a spoonful of cinnamon. That's a good way to die.
But yes, you should just completely clean the apartment top to bottom, scrub.
Perfectly apply a smoky eye would be a perfect scrub check.
Oh my god, that's so good. That's
that would be
amazing.
a perfect scrub
2
check.
hours,
Maybe
makeup
later, but
tutorial.
I did the one I said before. I really am serious about it.
I love it.
Wait, which one did you say before?
The one that you
I
said
didn't say it in
group
chat. Just I said it between
When
us.
you guys were talking.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
that.
guys
I
got-
don't know
yeah.
if that's possible. That's RNG.
And yet,
Well,
And yet, scrub.
all right.
Thursday,
Thursday
clinic hours.
Thursday on Clinic Hours, we're going to start. We're going to build a character. We did this with Changeling the Streaming, and it worked out so well that we're going to bring it back. Which one of you three has the worst schedule but can make it on Thursday?
I have the worst schedule, but I can make it on Thursday.
There you go. So we're going to start with Scott's character for Dragon Blood Academy. We're going to build the character, the backstory, the goals, whatever we need to do in order to create this character and have it fit within the universe. You want to see how I prepare a narrative-heavy game with my players? Tune in. That'll be on this channel, twitch.tv/RPGClinic, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Scott's first, but then over the next 2 weeks, we'll have also Kate and Liz.
Friday,
Friday is more punchy. We're playing Miles Morales.
Oh yeah, and it's awesome.
It's a really good game.
Oh my god,
I
the
like it a
drama.
lot.
Sorry, there was so much drama last time.
So much drama.
It was crazy. Okay, yes.
So we're gonna be continuing that at 6 p.m. on my channel, and on Saturday, 3 p.m. is the new Drew Crew time. We have concluded Redgate Farm, and we will be starting the secret of the old clock.
nice.
The secret is it's old.
It ticks, but it don't talk.
Oh, I'll never talk. I'll never. You can't make me.
And then Sunday, we'll be back here with Fiasco. Same clinic
Fiascot.
time. Fiascot. Same clinic channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for
Thank
playing
you.
with me.
Thank you. What a party.
Thank you.
Much appreciation, folks.
Yes. For all the
And
subs and all the
as we
bits and all the
continue
mods.
through this crazy adventure
Oh.
of a world that we are in, we will attempt to defeat the ancient evil. And which direction will that take us?
And I think it's that one.